Hi, buddy. Welcome out to the Log Room Guys Craft Beer Show. It is Tuesday, July the 21st, 2026. Jersey Johnny coming at you. And with me, as always, behind the snow globe is Mr. Beer Samurai. Say hello, Mr. Samurai.
Amidst all these freaking tornadoes today.
Oh, yeah. There's been a tornado watch all day long for another 2 hours. It's still active.
Yeah, I know that some of our friends were hiding in their bathroom with their pets. Some people in their basement.
Was there any tornadoes up by you? Because there was none down this way.
Actually, we barely got rain. We did get a little bit of rain, but I could look south and I could see the sheets of rain going across Jersey City.
Yeah.
But I'm in Union City, just north of it. You know, Hoboken and Jersey City were getting pelted, but I'm like, we've got nothing. But I was looking out the window a lot to see if I could see, any kind of tornado come through, but I didn't see anything. I do know that there's one touchdown in Stanhope.
There was.
Yeah, there was a picture of it, and it wasn't doctored this time, like the one in Tom's River. Did you see that? Where someone posted that the whole thing was edited. Like, okay, whatever.
It's like just yeah. I mean, if it's a picture, it's a picture. Post it and call it a day. So, anyway, what are you eating?
Well, I got into Santa's cookies.
You got into Santa's cookies.
Yeah.
Why did you do that today?
Well, it's an Oreo.
A couple reasons, right?
A couple reasons, actually, because it's holiday. We're doing our Christmas in July show.
This is our Christmas in July show. If you haven't guessed by our shirts, so
yeah, we are 3 weeks behind our guests when it comes to drinking Christmas beers.
I had one or two, but for what he's been doing, we'll
talk about it more on the show. No, but I'm eating Oreos because today is it's National Junk Food Day.
National Junk Food Day. Happy National Junk Food Day to those who celebrate. I'm gonna have a couple chips.
Now, here's the question: when you hear the word junk food, is it cookies? Is it candy? Cake, pie, chips? What is it? Let us know what you think junk food is.
The short answer is yes.
Yes, yeah. Well, that's funny because John's now flipping the script here because
we did earlier. Yeah,
we were talking about it earlier. It's like, well, what is it? Is it this, or this? I said yes.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever is really not all that nutritious or healthy for you, but it's just damn yummy. Mm-hmm. I really think that probably the ultimate junk food is probably like flavored Pringles or Doritos or something like that, right?
Pringles, yeah. Munchos,
those little oniony things,
mm-hmm.
right? And now you got these Takis out there that are just
Bugles.
You have to grab them on your fingers first, though.
Yeah, you have to put them on your hands and eat them off.
Like, look, I'm a witch. No. But
anyway,
so yeah, man, and those Takis. I remember my son and I, we did the one chip challenge that Taki put out.
Okay.
Thing was blazingly hot. We were doing it over video call,
mm-hmm.
and he takes one bite out of it, takes the second bite. Actually, no, we both just put the whole thing in our mouth. And after he could speak, he's like, "Well, isn't this the opposite of fun?"
Yeah, exactly.
It was because not only was it destroyingly hot, it was also disgusting. It left this like slime in your mouth.
That's not good. That's not a snack. That's not good.
No. It was awful. I mean, that was food that was junk, absolute junk. But so whatever.
All right. The next two for a couple of reasons. When we get our guest on, and then go over the other days. I think that might be a good idea. What do you think? All right. Please welcome to the show, without further ado, as we are every year when we do this show, Mr. John Staradumsky. How are you, sir?
Hey, John.
Mr. John Joseph Staradumsky. There you go.
Thanks for having me. It's always
What's up? What's up, JJ?
Just another day in paradise.
Exactly. Well, thank you for coming on the show. As always, this date really, this particular Tuesday every year in July that we do this Christmas in July show. And normally we have, and I don't think he actually, I think he popped on last year too. I don't think he was on for the whole show normally, but the Beer Whisperer, Tom Mulvihill, he'll be on at some point. He's working again tonight at the bar at the brewery. So he's concocting some great craft cocktails over there, but he will pop on and make his appearance on the show.
Probably not holiday cocktails, though.
Probably not holiday cocktails. That would be my guess. But you never know. It's Christmas in July everywhere, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So, there you go.
I'm glad that you delineated
Missouri.
And we'll put this up too. It's Christmas in July with the Bruguru and the Beer Whisperer. And of course, the surfing Christmas tree and palm tree emojis. There you go.
I'm really happy that Brew Guru's got his middle name in there, so we don't confuse him with John Anthony Staradumsky.
No, yes.
Yeah, that was the autofill. And because there are so many John Staradumskys, people do tend to get confused. So I do like to clarify with the middle name. It's just that, extra level of detail.
Oh, it's like being in traffic in New Jersey where you like to clarify with the middle finger.
Right.
Oh, they do that there too? I thought that was a Rhode Island question.
No.
I think it either filtered down or filtered up. One of the filtered up. Yeah. There you go.
We met somewhere in the middle and
somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
Somewhere on the 95 in Connecticut. So.
Yeah, but the problem with both states, there's no
cars
filters.
passing in the night. Right?
Right.
But in both states, there's no filters.
Yeah, not so much. There you go. So I wore my Santa surfing Hawaiian shirt, right? And I was trying to figure out what T-shirt, what holiday T-shirt to wear underneath. I figured the apropos one would be
because there's sweaty out.
Sweaty
and also
balls.
the green goes with the green, and I'm wearing red with red. And we didn't plan this, but
no, exactly.
But the Santa Hawaii is perfect for Christmas in July. So
exactly.
Yeah. I just threw on the only red shirt I could find. So
it works.
I'm a slacker today.
All good. All right. So the other dates, really quick. We wanted to put this one up. It's Happy Invite an Alien to Live with You Day.
Now, not flat on Staradumsky. What's the first thing that comes to mind when you see that?
Sigourney Weaver.
All right, fair enough.
Not where John and I were. John and I were both like, Alf?
Alf?
Oh, Alf.
Mm.
Yeah, that would work too.
There you go. Here's a question for both of you. What was Alf's real name? Now, Alf is an acronym for
Alien Life Form.
Right, but that's not his name. What was on the show? What was Alf's real name?
Gordon Shumway.
Gordon Shumway. Thank you. Give that man a shroot. There you go.
Strudel? Give him. Oh, there's like something to eat, in which case we're talking Alf. It's got to be a cat.
There you go. Yo, Willie, where's Lucky? There you go.
Ha!
Ha! That was a great show. Anyway, it was a stupid show, but that's why it was great.
But it was fun.
Yeah. It wasn't supposed to be serious.
And Kate passed away recently. Was it this year or
last year? I think last year. Yeah.
It wasn't too long ago.
Yeah.
Yep.
And on that note, just to round out the days, it is legal drinking age day, whatever that means. But Samurai's going to fill us in.
There is some history behind this, and John, I was right when I was talking earlier. It is tied into the interstate highway system. So what had happened is when we got out of Prohibition, pretty much every state went to a 21-year-old drinking age. Mm-hmm. But a lot of states reduced it when the draft came around. They're like, hey, if they're old enough to serve, they're old enough to drink. So many states dropped it to 18.
New Jersey dropped it to 18 in the early 70s.
Yep.
And then went back up in the early 80s.
Right, just with the draft. And the reason they went up in the it was the early 80s because just before I became 18, mm-hmm. When I was like 84, they did it. But in 87, Reagan had signed something into law that if a state did not raise their legal drinking age back up to 21, they would lose 10% of their federal highway funding.
Interesting.
So he did tie it into the interstate program.
Yeah, Rhode Island was already ahead of that. It was 18 was the age when I turned 18 in 82. Mm-hmm. But I think I've mentioned this on the show before. They raised it to 21 incrementally over a course of 3 years, starting the year I turned 18. So I was legal for 6 months, then I was illegal for 6. And that cycle repeated itself till I hit 21.
Yeah, 21.
Oh, that's interesting.
In New Jersey,
it just flipped the switch.
They flipped the switch. No, they went to 19 first.
That's right.
And then they went to 21. But it was within 3 years. They went from
within 3 years,
19 to 21.
Yeah.
Well, what it was is most of the states knew that Reagan was going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
They knew it was going to happen. They knew they were going to be forced to 21. So some just, like you said, stepped it up. And I'm pretty certain in Jersey it was 84 because when I was just about to come of age and be able to drink,
it went to 19. It went to 19 in 84. I went to 19 in 83 or 84, and then 84, 85 went to 21.
Yeah.
But 82 for us in Rhode Island. 82, 18, 19 rather.
19. I'm fairly certain, though, in Jersey, and if memory serves, and my memory might be wrong, but if memory serves, they grandfathered anybody that was already 18 and drinking when they raised it to 19.
They
and
did.
The same thing. Yeah. So
Yeah.
if you were already like let's say you just turned 18 2 weeks before and they raised it to 19, that they had that date 19 or 18 on this date. That
Yep.
kind of thing.
Yep. Yeah, that must have been tough to be a bouncer. Hold on.
Yeah, you gotta do math, right?
Rhode Island didn't do that, so of course I observed the law, and for those 6 months each year, I did.
Of course
not.
you did.
So
Of course.
I was.
I don't know about you, but I didn't drink a drop before I was 21. So
Yeah. No. Yes.
I'm actually Orthodox, so I waited till 25.
25. That's right. I remember.
Orthodox
I was there.
what? I don't know, but Orthodox, yeah.
Okay. Folks, we're all lying, but that's besides the point. Anyway.
What gave you that intention? The fact that I had to fix my camera because my nose moved it?
Madon. Funny. All right.
Can we pour beer? Actually, I've poured my beer already.
We can pour a beer. I just have to put these on because I forgot to start the show with these. So it is Christmas in July.
It is.
It is. But it's storming out, so it's not as bright and sunny as I thought it. So that's why I didn't have them on. So.
And John can pour a beer, but he can't drink it until he starts his recovery program.
This is true. So we're going to talk about that too.
Do that.
So we're starting this. We're starting this thing. We're not starting. We're using this particular recovery drink. It's from More Labs out of Los Angeles. Actually, they're in Jersey now. It's called Morning Recovery. All right. It's a little. I think it's a 3.4 ounce glass, 100 milliliters. All right.
Lemon flavored, mind you.
Lemon flavored. Drink today, feel great tomorrow. So now I've talked to a number of people that I speaking of the rep in Jersey, this guy Pat. We actually, if these perform as said they do, we're gonna actually have them on the show. I'm gonna write a little something about it.
Even if they don't perform as they do, we're having them on the goddamn.
We're having them on the show. Yeah, exactly. And ask them why. Now,
it's like, excuse me.
And I know John said he's going to put a little thing together too. But in any event, you're supposed to drink it either before you start drinking, while you're drinking, or when you finish drinking. And it's not going to prevent you from getting drunk by any means, but it's going to prevent you from having a hangover the next day. And the people that have already taken it that I know said it works like a charm. No hangover at all the next day. So we figured this would be the perfect show to have these on.
Since we tend to go a little overboard on this.
We tend to go a little overboard than we normally do each week, and as we normally do with these.
Good you made that distinction, because if it prevented you from getting it drunk, no one would buy it. Right. This was very important to bring up.
Exactly.
100%. And we're going to use a little bit of scientific method here. No, we don't have a control group because none of us want to not drink or not be drunk.
Not try the
right or try it. We have no placebo because John didn't prearrange with them to fill one with just lemonade. But what we are going to do is we're going to test its efficacy. I haven't even been drinking, and I'm using the words efficacy by one of us. John,
yes,
Jersey Johnny is going to drink it at the beginning of the show. Bruguru, he likes to be middling. He likes to be in the middle of things, so he's going to do it after his second beer. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I wasn't going first because lemon and Oreos really don't go well together. So I'm going to drink it right at the end of the show. Hopefully, everybody will remind me, because if I've gone through the beers I've got with me tonight, it's very possible I'll be forgetting my name. So hopefully, I'll remember to take this at the end of the show so that I can be up bright and early in the morning, because I've got an 8:15 friggin' meeting. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Ari.
We don't know this guy, but we assume he's tuning in, right? So
now, important. You're supposed to drink this at room temperature. You store them and drink them at room temperature.
Room temperature, yes. And I forget, was it a shake well or just drink
I think you're supposed to just shake the damn thing. We don't.
I shook it anyway.
I don't think it matters. Hey, easy.
There we go. All right, so I'm cracking it open. Here we go. It smells like lemon. It smells good, actually.
That's surprising.
All right, here we go. You're supposed to do the whole thing, just as it's a shot.
Chug. Yay!
All right.
I don't think you're supposed to do that for something non-alcoholic. That's all right.
It was lemonade, basically.
Yeah.
Tastes good. Tastes
Interesting.
good. Yeah, very good.
It's really not going to taste that good after my last beer.
Yeah.
There you go.
So I don't know if it's going to.
Well, why don't you eat like a palate cleanser, like a cracker or something like that, and then
I don't have anything here.
cookie.
I just finished my Oreos, so
I'm sure there's something else.
Have you guys ever tried any product like this before? I will
No.
say
I have not.
I did try one. I can't think of the name of it.
liquid IV or
Better. No, it was it was pills, and you same idea. Take them the night before you drink, and supposed to alleviate symptoms next morning. Didn't work at all. So I never bought them again. But that just intrigues me more. If I did go to Amazon, I think I told you guys, read a bunch of reviews, and people were positive about it. So be interesting to see how it works.
I've known Pat for a bit. He was in beer. Now he's doing this. So this is a pretty cool step, if you will. But he's given it to a few people. I haven't had it yet. This is the first time I had it. But everybody that has that I know that I talked to, they said this is it's fantastic. They didn't, and the disclaimer is if you overdo it, like if you just drink to where you're falling down, passed out, they make no bones about that, right? But if just normal drinking, even a little overdoing it, you're going to feel good the next morning. So.
What I'm interested in seeing, because one of my biggest after effects from a night of drinking is I get awful leg cramps. So I want to see if it does anything about that.
Mm-hmm.
But we shall see. So let's open up. Now that John's chugged his lemonade, and let's open our beers, and then let's get to some of the comments.
But before I forget, Dave, one of the reviews I mentioned, someone cited the exact same problem, that they got leg cramps in the morning after, and that when they took this, they didn't. So maybe
that'll be amazing.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
We will see.
All
right. So, Mr. Staradumsky, what are you drinking? And then where do you have it?
I have a Narragansett White Christmas. I have,
of course you do, representing
Patriots mug for it. And let me get into the reason why. Now, Union Station Brewery closed Sunday, right?
Yes,
after 33 years. I have a lot of fond memories at Union Station. I have a Union Station pint glass. Can't find the damn thing to save my life. So I looked everywhere for it today. But why the Patriots glass? Why not another beer glass? Well, one of the brewers there was a good friend of mine that I went to high school with, named Carl Burnham. He brewed there in the late 90s. He owned a homebrew shop in Coventry, Rhode Island before that. And I only knew him a bit in high school. But when he opened the homebrew shop, I used to go. I didn't homebrew a lot in those days, but I used to read all the books in the beer style series, and I would go and buy them from Carl, and we would talk. When he became brewer, I would go to Union Station, have a few beers. Of course, I was writing for Yankee Brew News, so we would talk shop. But he was a huge New England Patriots fan, and we would talk Pats too. And sadly, he passed away about 5 years ago, 6 years ago. And again, maybe a year or two older than me, so gone way too soon. But one of the things about Union Station was when I went there, they had a huge Narragansett plaque, sign, what have you, when Narragansett was closed. So I thought it was fitting, now that unfortunately Union Station is closed, I drink a Narragansett. So there you go.
All right. Well, there you go. All right. Pour that off. Samurai, what are you drinking?
I opened a Schlafly Christmas Ale.
Schlafly Christmas. There you go.
And I've put it into let's start off with honoring Rhode Island. Mine is in a Cthulhu glass.
Oh,
H.P. Lovecraft, famously from Providence, the Hermit of Providence.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got mine in a Cthulhu glass. I did not know John was going to go Rhode Island, and I poured this actually before he started off. So it's just coincidental that we're both honoring Rhode Island with this.
There you have it.
John, are you honoring Rhode Island with your first beer?
I am honoring Rhode Island by drinking a beer that is brewed both in California and North Carolina.
So it's a Sierra Nevada.
So that would be correct. So let me take my obligatory picture, and then I will tell you, as if nobody knows what I'm drinking. And it's actually in proper glassware this time.
Can you say actually again?
Actually. A Sierra Nevada Celebration. Look at that beer. Look at that.
Cheers. Well, cheers, gentlemen. Cheers and Merry Christmas to you all.
Merry Christmas in July. There you go. Cheers.
God bless us, everyone.
Oh. I love that beer. I love this beer. That beer. This beer.
All right, let's run on to some of the comments. Well,
That's fantastic. All right.
well, John can still read them.
Exactly. Let's get this going. We got 5 comments now. 5 different people. 5 different comments. There we go. Chris Weisner. Hey, dudes. Chris, what's going on?
Chris,
How's Tennessee? Cheers,
Yeah.
Chris. Stephen Caro. Let's talk craft beer. 35 for me. He hadn't had a drink until he was 35.
I believe that 100 minus 100%.
Totally believe that. 100%.
Could be the truth. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
There you go. Brian Boak, cheers. First beer, 22 Northman Brewing, salted lime lager, 4%.
What?
Starting low.
He's
That's
starting
unlike
at-
Brian. Are you feeling it right, Brian?
I'm starting at what, 8?
I'm starting at what am I, 7? 6.8. I'm starting at 6.8.
Yeah, I think this is like about that 7.
Yours is 7.4, John.
7.4.
7.4. There you go. So anyway, cheers, Brian. Thank you. Mark Dill.
Hey, Mark.
What's up, Mark? His older brother, who's 62 now, could drink when he was a senior in high school. Yeah. When you're 18, you have to, especially. I know a couple people that were 18 when the drinking age was 18, and they turned 18, October. So like the bulk of their senior year, they were, going to bars.
I was going to say, if I was a year older, I would have been able to drink in my high school senior year.
There you go.
Just a year older, and I'm 3 years younger than your brother.
Exactly. All right. And then Doug Smith. Hey, Doug, since it's lemon, he's referring to the morning recovery. Since it's lemon, can you put it in a scorpion bowl?
Of course you can put it in a scorpion bowl. You can put anything in a scorpion bowl that you want to put into a scorpion bowl.
Exactly.
But the fact that it's lemon does help with the flavor.
That would definitely help. Absolutely. And Brian Boak just said he'll pick it up. Don't worry.
Oh, we're not worried.
I'm not worried. Yeah.
We know you've got like an 18.3% sitting in there somewhere.
Exactly. All right. This beer is fantastic. You know how much I love this beer. It's my number 1 holiday beer, but it's just amazing. I love how it holds up too. I got to do a vertical. I'm gonna do it this year. I have 2020 bottles.
You got 2,020 bottles of it?
2020. I got 20. No, I got 2020 bottles of Celebration.
You get 2,020 bottles of Celebration, yeah. You just
The year 2020.
2020 bottles of Celebration.
I have 4 2020 bottles.
Celebration.
2020 bottles of Celebration. Can't
Chug it on down.
We're going to be here next July if we go through 2020 bottles. Yeah, it does hold up. I think I got some going back to 2022. Do you check them all into Untapped?
I do.
How many do you have on?
You know what? I have probably skipped a few.
There are people who have insane amounts of check-ins to Celebration on Untapped.
Yeah, there's only one beer that I check every single one of them in.
Oh, we know what that is.
Yeah, and I'm over 1,000 on that one.
Yeah.
So
I pretty much.
I definitely have not checked in every one of them, clearly, because I only have 10 Celebration check-ins. So.
Yeah, that's one Thanksgiving.
That's one day in November. Yeah. So
it doesn't do it on the app, but if you go in on the Windows version, like the desktop version, it'll show you top drinkers.
Yes, it will. Oh, you know what? Thanks for reminding me. I gotta go.
Well, he knows that, but yeah.
He knows, right? Exactly.
I gotta go back in and see if I'm still the top drinker of both beer. I haven't done this in a while.
There you go. Well, while you do that, we have another comment from Chris Weisner. He says, was not about to drink in my house until I was 21, but outside of the house was a different story.
Oh, that's a common story right there.
And then not about able. He was not able to drink in his house. There you go.
Okay, so I'm still the number 1 drinker with 1,014 check-ins on the boat.
There you go. And clearly you haven't checked into every one of them because I was at Carton with you over a year ago when you checked into 1,000.
Yep.
And I know damn well you've had more than 14 boats since then.
Yep, I have.
So anyway, which the spirits I have 2020 bottles. I have 2021, 2, 3, 4, and 5 cans. So
that's how you do a vertical.
Right. So this
You're
year,
going to wait till the 26 comes out.
26, I'll do a 7-year vertical. Exactly.
There you go.
So I'll have to do that and mark it. But I have here's the problem. I have 4 2020 bottles left. I have 6. I have 1 6-pack of 2021 cans. I have a 6-pack of 2022 cans. I buy a case and a half, so I had a 6-pack left. And then, but 2023, 2024, 2025, I only have 2 cans each. And this is 2025. I had 3, so now I have 2, 2, and 2. So I can only do 2 verticals. So what I think I'll do is I'll do 1 this year, and then I'll do 1 at 10 years.
There you go.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so
2030.
2029.
Okay.
Yeah, because 2030 would be 11 years because I'm starting at 20.
Right. So I know.
Anyway.
I'm trying not to do math.
I know. Well, you started it. There you go.
No, no. I got it wrong, so I didn't do.
You got it wrong, so you didn't. There you go. All right, fair enough.
So I attempted math and failed.
All right. So let's talk about Union Station for a bit, because obviously, John, you probably spent more time than Dave and I, but I spent time at Union Station. Dave did as well. It's a shame that a place like that closes. The history, and not that there haven't been others that fit that bill as well, but I did see that they closed just the 19th, right? Just the Sunday. Yeah.
Yep.
Was the last day. What was I did not see what the reason was. Was it said, or was it announced why, or any reason given, or anything like that?
I haven't seen anything. They were talking about it on the radio yesterday morning on WPRO. I think Chuck Triplett floated a theory that some of these places are okay until their lease runs out, and lease goes through the roof, which is happening these days, right? Real estate.
This seems to be the biggest, certainly not the only, but the biggest reason that a lot of breweries have closed.
Yeah. And I mean, they've been there. They opened in 93, 33 years. I still remember this day. I was working at Max Liquors at the liquor store at the time, and my boss brought me a copy of the Providence Journal, and they had a story about a new brew pub opening in Providence, and I was all over it, right? So one of those things that, sticks with you. Remember this day, and used to go there all the time, and really loved it. And they had good beers. They had some good everyday drinking beers like the Gold Spike Ale, and some of the other stuff was exceptional. They did a Narragansett clone, lager clone for many years, and they were very good at the width and breadth of what they did. Right, they covered a lot of styles.
Yeah,
I mean, I had went to some very good beer dinners there, some pairings.
Oh, the food there was excellent.
Yeah, the food was good, and just the location. And then Trinity opened not long after that, and the two were walking distance, right? So that
they're around the corner from each other.
Yeah. So for Providence, that was something.
And sometimes the mobile diner was parked between the two.
Yeah. Yep. So
you had to go past City Hall to get to between them.
Haven
Brothers right around the corner. So yeah.
Just scrolling through some of the beers I've had, the dankness.
One of my favorites they had was called Big Trouble in Little Rhodey.
Big Trouble in Little Rhodey. There you go.
This was obviously URI versus Providence, the teams, and I think they brewed this because they were going to meet each other in the NCAA tournament. They set up that bracket beautifully. That was a nice, clean beer. I enjoyed that one.
Yeah,
the one thing I remember.
Quarter too that I remember off the top of my head. I know I've got some of their beers reviewed on my website, but I'll be honest that I probably went to Trinity more often than I went to Union Station. But
the thing about Union Station is, they had a lot of their core beers. A lot of their core beers I thought were a little middling, but I loved their one-offs. Their one-offs and seasonals are where I think they really killed it.
Their life goes on. GOSE. Life goes on.
Obladi, oblada.
Life, goes on. Life goes on.
Goes on.
Goes on.
Yeah, they had a holiday ale that was like liquid fruitcake that was very, very good. And I always used to make sure I got some of that every year. And I did go there more when Carl started brewing too. So that was a draw.
The number one amount of ratings on any beer that they have was for Cranston Thug Life.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Okay.
One of the first one I ever checked in. The first time I was ever at Union. That can't be the first time I was at Union Station. The first time I was at Union Station after Untapped came online, I was there to see Waterfire.
Oh yeah.
So we went there as a group. We were up there doing work for the company, and we went up there, and so we all went to go see Waterfire, and it was a blast.
Yeah, that is fun. It's right there too, right outside.
Oh yeah, just actually, I think I had my beer in my hand, and I was they were allowing people to like walk up to the rail as long as you came back with your glassware.
With the glassware, right? Exactly.
I remember though we're standing up above this one area. We're at the rail, and there's a bunch of people proselytizing down there. I'm not going to get too much into it, but I do remember heckling them because
Nice.
they were doing some really intolerant speeches going on.
Gotcha.
So I was like, let's have some fun with them.
There you
I've got some beer in me.
go. It's the social lubricant.
They had a nice little outside patio too. Which,
Yes.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
I remember the last time I was there, Carrie and I were there, and we're waiting to be seated. These two guys come up. I look like if a lawn chair was a go-kart, and they come up with these things parked, and then waited for their table.
I just remembered a memory of Trinity. Jess and I are in Trinity, and they had CBS on tap.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I order a CBS, and it comes out and they had a newer bartender back there that didn't quite know what they were doing, and they poured CBS in a shaker pint for me. All right.
Wow.
Yeah. So me being the nice person I am, I
you got a double there.
yeah, a double, right? So I called them over and told him. He's like, "Oops, well, I already poured it. Enjoy." Thanks for telling me, but he knew.
What am I gonna do
but I
about
had forgotten because he was new, right?
Yeah.
And then we get the bill later. He charged me $5
for what? Pretty much 14 to 16 ounces of CBS.
You get an 8-ounce pour, and it's like $12.
Yeah.
So I got $24 worth of beer for $5. So.
Yeah. Wow.
Thank you, Trinity. There you go.
Cheers to you guys.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, but yeah, John, that seems to be the theme, right? Is real estate is definitely certainly, like I said, not the main culprit, but definitely the biggest culprit out there. Because your lease runs out, they go to renew, and sure you can stay. You got a triple what you're paying already.
Yeah.
Obviously, money's a little tight to begin with, so.
Yeah, they can make it on the current model, but they certainly can't make it on a model that includes that kind of exorbitant rent prices. So,
Exactly.
I mean, the Jekyll closed here, and they had multiple locations, and I think that's the other culprit is overexpansion.
Overexpansion, yeah, absolutely.
Carrie and I have been watching a bunch of Bourdain, and his Destination Unknown is a little different than his other series. His other series, does he get deep into the woods, almost sometimes literally, when he goes to different places, sure, but Destination Unknown tends to be a little more social, political than it does about the food. He's still doing food during this series, but basically the big theme that he's coming across here is that gentrification is not a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because it pushes people out. It displaces people. And we've seen it. Let's face it, gentrification is pretty much what closed Spite and Dival.
100%.
Right.
I wrote that article when they closed they literally were the beginning of the gentrification of that Williamsburg neighborhood.
Yep.
And then the inevitability forced them out.
Yep. So, it's funny because you think about it, and there's many times, like I've talked to people, because I do a lot of trip planning, and sometimes I do trip planning for other people, and they're talking like, well, how do you figure out where to stay? I said, well, if you want to get into an area, that's safe for you, that you're going to be comfortable in, one of the best things to do is there a craft brewery nearby?
Mm-hmm.
Because a craft brewery is usually a sign of that gentrification, of a neighborhood cleaning up per se. But we always miss the fact that there's people that have been pushed out when this happens. There are people that have been priced out, and sometimes they can't even, they have no control of it because they're renting, and their landlords have sold, and they've now got to move. So there's we're all about breweries opening, and craft beer opening is a sign of gentrification, but we lose fact of the sight sometimes that it's not a good thing for everybody. Not a rising tide does not lift all ships.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
So
there's definitely yin and a yang to that statement lately.
But then that gentrification then eventually bites them in the ass, like it did Spite and Dival, where it gets to the point where it's gentrified so much that the rents have gone up so much that they can no longer survive.
Right. Yeah. No, it is. It's a shame. Yeah, you're right, John. It's real estate. I would say that's probably number 1 and 2, right? Real estate, and then overexpansion. Now, unfortunately, now is the time to be small. Unless you've expanded and are thriving prior to this point.
Yeah.
Like,
obviously, I don't have to name the breweries. Obviously,
Sierra Nevada's not going to contract.
Sierra Nevada's not going to.
There's no need.
And there are other, here in Canton, we've got Reformation, and they wanted to open in Canton, and the city of Canton basically told them, we don't want a brewery in Canton. So they opened in Woodstock, and very successful downtown Woodstock. And Canton suddenly realized, what the hell did we do? Look at all the tax revenue that we just kissed goodbye.
100%.
So ultimately, they did build a brewery here, and then as in an old mill. And then they got lucky because the mill was revitalized into a small business shopping mall. And they get such traffic because of that, that even if their rent goes up, because they're in a pretty big facility in building space there, that they've been successful enough in the 2 spots they're in that they opened a 3rd location down in Smyrna. So expansion doesn't seem to be an issue from them. Smyrna's right near Vinings, where people have more money than God. So they're still going to keep spending. Expansion has worked for them. Sometimes it does, right? But they're not so big that they're not in anywhere near a Sierra Nevada or regional type brewery, but they seem to be in a sweet spot. So that's a good thing.
That's a good thing. Good for them. That's awesome. Chris Weiser just posted another comment. He said, speaking of cellar beers and verticals, I have an idea that I want to start doing. I want to run it by you guys on a sidebar sometime soon. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Reach out.
Hit us up, and we'll shoot me a text or text both of us, and we'll put it together. And Mike Dolan just chimed in. Merry Christmas in July, gents. Hope all is well. First beer of the night. Torrenti from Del Ducato.
Vornas.
Very nice. Very nice, guys. Little Italian. Little Italian beer for Christmas in July. Very nice.
Oh, did you see that story where the Italian soccer journalist was just killed?
No.
They dragged him out into a field, shot him, and then burnt the body.
I literally thought you were gonna. I thought that was like the lead into a joke.
No
punchline.
No, there's no punchline here, and it's just south of Naples, so you can bet.
So what happened now? So say it again.
They took this journalist. He was a soccer analyst.
This is in Italy.
In Italy, apparently they grabbed him, took him out to a field, shot him in the head, and then burnt the body. Firefighters found the body because the body burning set fire to the field he was in. And they found shell casings. Then they found his car, his abandoned car. And so that was like how they were able to start the identification of the body.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if he gave bad advice to someone in the mafia about.
I want to say that's happened to a referee after an Eagles game before, but
yeah, but what they do is
they just didn't take him into a field. They just did it right there in the lot, though.
Yeah, but what they do first is the first thing they do is they make him eat Subway cheesesteaks.
And then he's begging for the
Yeah,
extra.
he's begging for it.
He's killed me.
Thank you.
Oh my God. Doug Smith just commented again. He goes, lack of business as well. Union Station was empty on his last visit. Downtown Providence has gone downhill from his recent visits. Lucky Narragansett's tap room is in India Point. India Point is thriving.
Yeah, but downtown Providence, during COVID, downtown Providence got almost slightly dangerous to go to, especially if you're near the water.
Yeah.
You had a lot of so when you're on the water at downtown Providence, there's two levels. There's the upper level, you can walk along the upper promenade, and there's a lower promenade. But when you walked along the lower promenade, it was all weed and needles. Things were kind of nasty down there. And during COVID, Providence Place got broke into quite a few times. And the funny thing is, most of the times when this was going on, they were almost all from Massachusetts. They only ever caught one person from Rhode Island doing this. I know that my company closed their store in Providence Place because of the violence, the crime. Downtown Providence has become pretty crime-riddled, except for just the edges of it. Like if you get across a little bit and get closer to Brown campus, that's well.
Yeah, and then what's the one block that goes up past Brown? It goes all the way up, has all the shops going up.
That is, forget the name of the street. That's PVD Donuts used to be on that block, but they moved.
There's one.
No, they moved onto that block from the block.
There's the one Frog something or on there too.
Yeah.
When the last time I was up in Providence too, during the day, when we walked around at night, a little dicey. Felt all right in certain blocks, but we kept it close to the car and any of the places we went. But even during the day, we were walking across through downtown by the bus depot, by the big area with the bus depot, and it was in the middle of the day. It was dicey, so it was a shame. Really. So,
well, and the thing is, where you're talking about that particular area is the area between Trinity and Union Station.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's exactly that area that we were talking about. And it's a shame it got like that. And Lucky agrees, apparently.
No, it's not Lucky. That's was
it Lucky?
Heidi.
The dog. Yeah, that's. I haven't been in that area. That's probably for 11 years. I don't remember. And I went to Trinity, and I think I went and had one at Union Station, but I don't remember feeling unsafe at the time. So,
my story was only a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
It depends on where you go, when you go. Wickenden might be the street you're talking about, John.
Yeah, was it Wickenden? I'll tell you what it is too.
Wickenden Pub.
Yeah.
The Wickenden Street.
I was talking over by Brown. I was talking about. Hold on, I'll find it.
Angel Street or Waterman or.
I'll get it there.
Angel Street. Angel Street, very famous because Lovecraft used to live on Angel Street.
Yeah.
He grew up on Angel Street. As a matter of fact, that's where his aunt's house was.
Is that right?
Yes, it is.
Oh, Hope Street.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Street,
Hope Street. That's where. Yeah, that's all the college eateries. It's great Greek restaurant on Hope. And also one of my favorite Korean fried chicken places is just off of Hope.
There's no hope. There's no hope.
I remember that place. I see what you're trying to do there.
All right.
Den Korean fried chicken.
I remember you told me about that. Yeah, you did. I'm ready for number 2. Is everybody else?
I am. Guru, you ready?
Go grab one.
Go for it.
Decisions.
Better than promises.
Promises.
That's not a harbinger.
No, it's not, because that's not obscure.
Not at all.
All right, so opening this one. And Doug.
I love how Guru's camera's got autofocus on it.
There we go. Doug Smith with a different profile picture.
I noticed that.
Says Providence reeks of dope. I was really put off. I used to spend a lot of time downtown. No desire to go anymore. It's a shame. It's a shame.
I still go to, if I go, I like to go to Malted Barley. There's a Greek restaurant right on one of the main streets in downtown. The food there's fantastic, but the stores.
Well, what I was talking about when we were walking around with the car, I parked across the street from Malted Barley, and we had a wait. We had like a 45-minute wait, so we took a little bit of a walk. It was at night. It wasn't late. It was probably like 8:30, something like that.
Oh, so you're on West. You're parked.
And then
West
we walked around. We down by Johnson and Wales, walked around the square down there, and then we came back. So I mean, it was.
The old theater
it was a little, we were at first I was like, I wasn't sure, but I mean, it wasn't bad. It was fine. But the next day was when we were down by the bus depot, and that was what the issues were.
Yeah. So,
Guru,
what'd you grab?
So we were talking about top drinkers and top check-ins, and I got like maybe one or two more to be the top drinker of Samuel Smith's Winter Welcome on Untapped.
Very nice.
There you go. There is
Which
very nice.
Is actually pretty disappointing because I think I'll have around 30, but you would think that there'd be a lot more people drinking this beer.
You would think.
It's a classic, right?
You would think.
And
actually, for most of the craft beer geeks in this country, that was their first winter warmer. It was either that or Harpoon.
For sure. I know I had it
the first two
before
that
Harpoon winter.
I had it before Harpoon.
Yep.
But
so I've got one, and it's interesting because I went from a winter ale to a Scotch ale, and actually dropped an ABV.
Very interesting.
This is a Scotch ale. This is labeled as a Scotch ale wee heavy. This is Bell's Christmas ale, and it comes in at 7.5, which is the lowest ABV I will be drinking tonight. So I really, really hope this works. Tomorrow will be really rough if it doesn't. I'm doubling down and going all in on this.
There you go.
Is it a remote meeting or are you having an in-person meeting?
Oh no, it's remote. Actually, our offices right now are being remodeled, so we're in a temporary office. But my job is, and there's so little space there. My VP is like, "You're not coming in, are you?" I'm like, "I hadn't planned to." She's like, "Good. We don't have the room, and you're not needed in the office." Like, no. And particularly in the summer, I don't like going into the office anyway because I can't breathe the soup that we call air here in New York City.
And
I put mine in a. I don't know if you can make this out, but that is Middle Earth, the map of Middle Earth.
Nice. Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I love this one.
There you go.
I really wish it was a little more
Yeah,
prominent.
but if they just outline some stuff in white,
Well, it is white. It's just you can't. It's just a little lightly done.
Yeah,
so it probably looks better with a jet black ale. Oh, you can actually see the word.
Oh yeah, you can see Middle Earth. Yeah, there you go. All right, I will. That beer might be posted again later. I'm not quite sure. We'll find out. We'll see. But my next beer is another one.
It's gone a little penny, John. Yeah, I'm happy this is my last one because I'm getting some.
What year is it? Last year? Really?
Last year's.
They usually hold up well.
Yeah, I've got some going back 3-4 years.
I've got like last year I had. Last year in 2025, I had a 2023, and it was fine.
Yeah, it held up.
Yeah, which is interesting.
Well. It's one of my favorites, so I always have a lot of them on hand. So
they do say best by April of 26, which we are past. So give them the pass on that one. But yeah, this one's got a little penny in it, little muddy penny.
It's got a little muddy penny.
But I find that actually common in Scotch ales.
Okay.
When they do age, you always get penny out of Scotch ales.
Well, I'll let you know how mine is when I have it. But right now,
we'll see.
I'm drinking. I'm going to New England. I'm going up by where we've been talking about, a little bit further up. It's a little Sam Adams, Old Fezziwig.
Oh, nice. I almost
I've heard of that beer.
Included one of those tonight, but
there you go. And I put this one in proper glassware too. There you go.
There you
That's not an Old Fezziwig glass, mind you. It was the Sam Adams glass. So, and I can probably put the rest of it in now. So
If I had one of those and was to use my Sam Adams glass, I would need 2 of those because I've got the big boy.
I got the big one. Oh, very nice.
Mine was
Very tasty.
mine was stolen from Terminal A in Newark
That's
International
not fun.
Airport.
Is it a liter mug?
It's this sucker right here. Let's see, it's right here. This is a oops.
Round one.
Ah, okay.
I get the big one there. You get the big boy. There you
Yeah, I think it's about 23
that's the big
ounces.
boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I remember who I was drinking with. I was drinking. We're on our way down, and I was drinking with Scott Wells.
I'm sorry.
And Bob Olson. It was we had a lot of fun. We actually had a lot of fun. There's a picture of the 3 of us actually we were on the same damn flight, completely accidentally, and of course, C. Gary Moyer had a field day with that picture.
Oh, I'm sure he did.
Well, there must
We
be
had a
something
blast.
about those glasses because I got my first one in 2015. That big, huge Sam Adams glass with my project manager at the time, who was out of Andover, and I was up in New England, and it was at a 99 pub, and yeah.
Oh, nice.
It's funny because I got my first real one. I bought it at the 5 and Dime. I drank it till my fingers bled. And what's
Summer of
that's
'69.
not an obscure song either, so that's not going to be on the list.
No, that doesn't count.
Brian Peeboke, he commented he's moved up on ABV and got into the theme of the day: vintage Defiant Christmas Ale, 7.5%.
Interesting.
I'm not going to get up and get it, but I have about 3 of them right over there in that particular cabinet. But Brian, are you drinking it in that? Yeah, there you go.
That's and John just showed one of the later more recent Defiant glasses. It was right before they went out. Yeah, because the other ones was and I have one. Guess where I have it, John? In a box in storage. I have the one with the fancy D and the Defiant.
Right.
The original logo that they had.
Exactly. And then Chris Weisner said, "Send you guys a text with some pictures and the idea."
I've already looked at it,
and we'll discuss it later, and we'll text you back. And just a brief scan of the idea looks fantastic. I like it too.
I like it.
And Brian said, "Of course, have to be respectful, 100%."
And
so get Neil on the show.
Yeah.
Neil's got to get on the show. So there you go. All right. Where are we? I got some.
Oh my God, he's got some nice eclipses.
There's some nice
in there.
eclipses, and there's some really good bottles in there. So, but we'll look at that later. Us looking at Chris's pictures while doing a podcast, probably not the best use of time on the show.
Probably not, but I did notice a bottle of tequila.
That's good to age in the cellar too. I mean,
I can't. It's a little blurry, but yeah, he's got some shit on there. This has got some dry Fontana in there. Yeah, you could keep this one going for a while there, Chris.
Yeah, we'll work on that. I like that idea too, Chris. We'll go back and forth after the show. I do have some holiday hot takes. We always do. We haven't done hot takes in a minute. And we always do holiday hot takes. So why not do holiday hot takes in July? Why not? So I'll start. Let's go John first, then Dave can give his opinion since John is the guest. These July holiday hot takes are as follows. I only have 3 of them, not a lot. So here we go. Do we like drinking holiday beers in July during the summer or in December during the winter better?
You're asking me. I'm going to say both. There are.
You had to pick one.
The reason I like them, first of all, I love Christmas, right? So you get to have it twice a year, right?
Of course.
But it's nice when it's been a hot July. It's been a really hot summer.
Sure.
Weather's wonky, but sometimes you throw some Christmas music on the stereo and you're drinking Christmas beers, and it psychologically you feel a little cooler. I know it works for me, right?
It does.
And it cheers you up a little, but then you run into some beers that obviously are gonna, they're more the stronger, more warming beers are better. I think in the colder weather, but they're good in July too, especially if you crank the air. There was one I had the other day though from Southern Tier, which was their holiday cran cran. I don't know if you guys have tried that one.
Yeah.
That was better in
that
July,
one.
I think, than it is in the winter. It was it's got cranberry and orange, very tart, very refreshing, and it's just the perfect beer to cool you off.
I almost changed it up a little bit. I have, as you can imagine, I have a number. I could add 5 different combinations of 5 different beers, right, for the show tonight. I almost included a Southern Tier chestnut praline ale tonight.
I came very close to doing the same because I have one of those.
I almost included this as well. Hold on. Only because it's a 500 ml, and everything I'm drinking is 12 ounces. So,
Same here.
but Harvey's.
Yeah, I had one last December.
Bristol
Harvey's
Cream?
Bristol Cream.
Very good.
He's gonna drink a whole
Very
fifth of Harvey's Bristol Cream. No, Harvey's Christmas Ale. Harvey's Brewing Christmas.
Oh,
There
okay.
you go.
I will say you love Celebration, but that's a beer you can drink year round. A nice, I mean, it's an IPA, right? It's a very hoppy, malty IPA, and that's perfect for year round drinking. But the other thing too is that a lot of the holiday ales that are highly spiced, well, the spices are a preservative, so it's another reason that you can drink them in July. In most cases, they taste the spiced beers taste as good as they did in December. So, yeah,
Well, absolutely, I agree.
My-
100%.
So my take on this is, everyone knows, I'll say it all the time, I don't care what time of year it is. If I like the beer, I'm drinking it.
Sure.
I'm drinking, double barrel aged imperial stouts in the in the middle of August because I like it.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, the temperature outside, the weather outside doesn't dictate what I'm going to drink.
Of course.
Just like tiki drinks, I'll drink all year round. I don't care, if I don't care if I'm poolside, I don't care if I'm stuck in the house. I don't care if I've got to go into the bathroom and hide the fact that I'm drinking one. I don't care. That's what I drink. What I want to drink when I want to drink.
Well, I mean, there's times there's certain times too. Like if you're outside of the barbecue, and I mean you personally, but if you're outside of the barbecue in the middle of July and it's 95 degrees out and you're sweltering and there's dogs on the grill and everything else, you're not going to necessarily right then at that moment pull out a 15% barrel aged barbecue.
Sure as fuck I will. I've done it.
Oh, I'm going to do that later on at night around the fire pit after it's over.
I will do it with. Now the one thing is, if I actually have, like, when I had a place and I had a grill with a smoker box on it, if I'm smoking something, I actually that's different. I've got a bucket of PBRs because I'm using the PBRs as a timing device for the wood additions. And I know most people, it's 1 can of PBR, add some wood. For me, it's 2 cans because you know how fast I drink.
Yep.
And usually it gets to the point where I've had 2 cans of, I've repeated this now 5 times, and then I start forgetting to put the wood on. But it works anyway. But to me, here's the other thing is, sometimes I prefer them in July, because there are some beers that get released during the holiday season with that spicing or with the hopping or with some of the specialty grains or other, adjuncts they put in there. Some of these beers, and Anchor very special ale was a prime example. Sometimes these came out hot when you drank them fresh.
Yeah.
So giving them that's
Mad Elf is a perfect example of that.
A perfect example. Giving them that 7 months, really settled them down to the point like, okay, now we're coming together into this cohesive whole. I'm starting to understand what the brewer was getting at, rather than all those flavors just battling in my face about, for front stage.
Right.
They've learned to get along.
Yeah, you're right. So, a couple comments really quick before we go to the next one. Chris Wasser said, "I said later." Ha ha ha. Chris, that wasn't for you. That was for Dave.
Well, no, he says they're talking about what he wants to do later. If you want to talk about it later, don't send it while we're doing the show. We're gonna look.
No. I know that was for you looking at it. I know what he meant, but anyway. Anyway, Brian said, "Yes, drink them all the time."
holiday beers. He's talking
holiday beers, right? And no, probably barrel-aged stouts and barley wines too. I'm sure we mentioned that.
Well, before I
He
brought
said barrel-aged beer all year long is what he said.
A barrel-aged holiday barley wine stout. Yes, that's.
There we go.
There you go.
That sounds like a Firestone Walker beer.
There you go.
Yeah.
And which we call it? Mark Dill said 12 months a year he drinks them. So there you go. 100%. No, you're not wrong. I do too. I just said, like, if I'm at a barbecue and it's sweltering and I need to quench my thirst and I'm eating dogs and everything else, I'm not drinking it's just, that's me. You do you. Anybody do what you want. But if I'm eating a hot dog or a hamburger or whatever, I'm not enjoying, I won't be enjoying a barrel-aged barley wine while I'm eating a hot dog or,
But not for nothing, and maybe this is just me, if I'm eating at a barbecue, while I'm eating, I'm drinking water.
Right.
It's rare that I'm washing it down with a beer.
I'm drinking water, or I'm drinking something lighter. I'm drinking, whether it's a lager or a pilsner or whatever. But yeah, I'll certainly have the barley wine later on. Once everything's done, people put on the fire pit. I fire up a cigar and bring out the barley wine for me. I don't care. Doesn't matter. I mean, it still be 90 degrees at 8:00 at night when the fire pit's on anyway.
Well, that's
fire pit's not there to warm you; it's just there for ambiance, right?
But that's the thing that usually dictates what when Johnny drinks his barley wine. It's like he's going to save it for when he can get aside and smoke a cigar.
100%.
So
anyway, all right. Hot take number 2: seasonal food in July in the summer versus seasonal food in December in the winter. Don't answer that.
I could eat them. The holiday foods year round. It's just people don't tend to roast a whole turkey on the.
Are we? Yeah, exactly. Are we?
You're not gonna have the oven.
Yeah.
Like, do we want it's not even specifically. Do we want the heavier winter, stick to your ribs, comfort food, big meals? Do we like that better? And I don't mean to eat them year round. I just mean, do we like eating them better, or do we like eating the barbecue stuff, the lighter meals, the hamburgers, hot dogs?
What is barbecue light? Have you been?
Yeah, I was going to say.
No. Lighter. No. I mean, obviously, all meals are heavy. That's not my point. The type of food. That's what I'm saying.
Unless you're talking salad, I got give me a bolognese with a burrata sitting on top of it any fucking day of the year.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, just like with beer, I eat what I want to eat when I want to eat it.
That's fair enough. You can eat anything at all. I mean, all of these are open for discussion. It depends on what you feel like. But I just mean, like, right. I just mean, do you like eating, like, think of what you would eat at a Christmas dinner, right? Well, turkey with stuffing and cranberry sauce and
to your point.
Do you like that better, or do you like summer foods better? That's
much more likely to be eating a sandwich or something light in the summertime for a couple reasons, or salad, because I don't have to cook. I don't have to heat the house up and run the air conditioner even more to get that heat out. Even in the fall, even before Christmas, I'm roasting a chicken on a cool fall afternoon, right, with football. A big tub of mashed potatoes and some fresh carrots or something like that. I still love that year round, but I'm far less likely to be making something like that in the summertime than I am.
And it's because of running that oven, having that pot of water steaming the house up.
Yep.
That's the only reason. It's not that you don't want to eat it; you just don't want to freaking cook it.
Sure,
that's what it's going to do.
I'll eat it at a restaurant. Somebody else is cooking it.
Oh yeah.
I'm far less inclined to do it.
I'm sure as hell in the middle of summer not making a cranberry sauce because you don't think of it, and also the fresh ones really aren't that available. However, and this in Rhode Island, Guru, you go to any of the delis there, or the diners there, you can get that Thanksgiving sandwich.
Yeah, you can. Yep.
What is it called in Rhode Island? What they call it?
Thanksgiving Day.
Right, and down here we call it a gobbler.
Yeah. That's Wawa, right? They're famous for them there too.
Yep. Sure.
But all the delis have them in Rhode Island year round. Thanksgiving Day.
It was the one that I ate every sandwich they ever made while I lived there. Not that they ever made, but everything on their regular menu. I ate everything that they had on their regular menu. I forgot the name of that sandwich shop.
Where in Rhode
Was it
Island?
a chain or?
It was a small chain. It was a small chain.
When I
Like-
lived there, Riccati's was the go-to.
No, it wasn't that one.
And D'Angelo's was the other one. So D'Angelo's had a killer veggie pocket, actually.
No, it wasn't that one either. What the hell was it?
Well, while you think of that, Chris Weisner just said, eat barbecue all year round, breakfast, lunch, dinner, hot weather, cold weather, who cares? And then he said, same as Dave, just depends on what catches his eye at that moment. Doesn't matter what the weather is. It's 95 degrees there in Nashville, and he's thinking about cracking open a 7 or 8 year old howling bastard.
Hey, I'm with you. I understand that.
Blue Point?
Nope.
Old howling bastard?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Blue Point,
yes,
right?
yeah, that's Blue Point.
Yeah.
But you're talking about the deli.
And then, and then Brian said, smoke or deep fry the turkey in summer, ribs, wings, pastrami, bacon, etc. And then Chris said, Wawas are just being built down there in Tennessee too. There you go.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're getting one in
very
Savannah.
nice. Congratulations.
Wawas have made it to Tennessee. There you go.
They're going to be in Georgia, in the Savannah area. Florida has Wawa and Cumberland Farms if you go to certain areas. So,
Seriously,
They
there's Cumberland Farms in Florida?
yeah.
Yes, there is.
Oh wow.
All of the transplants, like when in the 90s, I worked for Fleet Bank up in Rhode Island,
Mhm.
and they had branches in Delray Beach and somewhere else, which is like, I mean, other than that, they were in New England, but there's so many people that move there or live there half the year from New England that they kind of had to do it just to keep the business, right? And I think kind of it's the same. They know that people are going to miss their Cumbies and their Wawa, and they're going to go there, so they open down there.
It
Makes
was
sense.
Dee's Deli.
Dee's Deli.
Dee's, as opposed to Dee's Nuts.
I was going to say she
I
makes
didn't know
nuts
that
there.
was coming. Yeah.
She makes nuts there, right?
Um,
Or he? I
Do
don't
they
know.
have a sandwich called D's Nuts? Because
Yeah. Dee's.
but the one it's interesting because the one I went to was in Woonsocket. And like I said, I was there daily to the point I'd call like, hey, I'd like to order a sandwich. Like, hey, what do you want today, Dave? They got to know my voice because I ordered from there so much when I worked there. It's funny, I don't live there anymore. That particular branch of D's has closed. Without my income, it
Without your
Big-
business.
So it's your fault.
I'm sorry, guys. I sincerely apologize.
You dropped the ball there, Samurai.
Oh man, but they had
Yeah.
some good sandwiches. I even did try their meatball parm. Sorry, Rhode Island.
There's a Jersey sub shop in not Jersey Mike's, but a Jersey based or Jersey themed, I should say, because it's a private in Marietta. And I wanted to go there last time I was on vacation, and they were closed for vacation. So I've got to get down there. Next time I go to my son's, because people down here rave about them. And the tough thing down here is that they don't know what good bread is. They're clueless, right? You go to
Bread, look, bread makes the sandwich. The cold
Everything.
cuts do.
It's
The
everything.
cold cuts do
It's a
too.
sandwich without
It's
good bread.
everything, but you can. Here's my thing. And now I'm not eating crap cold cuts by any means, but I would rather have second level cold cuts with top bread
Yeah.
than inferior bread with great cold cuts. So,
You go to bakeries down here and they don't have bread. They don't bake bread. I'm like, you're not a bakery. Oh, we have
Yeah.
pies and cakes, and I don't care. If you don't have
No.
bread, you're not a bakery. But
Yeah. when I walk
Public-
into a bakery, I want to smell bread baking. I don't want to smell the pie.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
No,
Hey, John, did you ever go to Sandwich Hut?
no, I don't
Oh,
think so.
Sandwich Hut is on the road between Pawtucket and Providence. They had the best Italian grinder.
Oh, okay.
They're right near Greg's.
They're still there.
They're
I
still
don't know
there.
where that is. Okay.
Yeah, next time. Yeah. So you know the Greg's that you can actually see from Route 95?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So just south of Greg's is Sandwich Hut. You got to go there
Cool.
and get the Italian grinder. That's their best sando there.
Now, where is that in relation to the big ant or fly or whatever it is that you can see?
The
That's
blue bug.
north.
The
You
blue
mean
bug.
Nibbles Woodaway?
There you go. Yeah.
Nipples Woodaway.
Nibbles Woodaway. No, it's north.
Because because you know Jess with her.
She has to see the nibble.
Right. I literally I pulled over in the shoulder of 95.
Oh, you can get so much closer
out of the car. Well, no, we were right below it,
right.
But she wanted that view from 95 in the picture.
So Nibbles Woodaway is what Rhode Islanders refer to as what's the curves, right? They call that the curves right there.
The S curves are a little further north in Pawtucket, right?
Those S curves, yeah. But there's a name for that just before you get into Providence proper. There, I thought that was called the curves.
It's a pretty straight away too.
Well, right there it is, but it's just before you get to those curves.
Gotcha.
That go around before 395 or whatever it is.
Those kind of curve around there a little bit with the oil tanks and all that right on Narragansett.
You see Nibbles, then you bend off to the right, then you see the smokestacks of the big factory and
and the power plants on the right.
Power plant. So it's a very iconic area.
Right.
But no, it's definitely north of there. If you make it to the Peter Pan bus depot, you've passed it.
Okay, fair enough.
We will find it.
We will. Quick couple of comments. Brian just said there is no good bread in the South,
except for cornbread.
Yeah,
cornbread. Well, Publix
still make a sandwich with it.
Publix makes good bread. They're not a bakery; they're a supermarket, but
I've had good Publix bread in
they make good everything.
You just like all good bread, you need to eat it the day it's baked, right?
Chris, the Publix on I forget the name of the block in East Nashville, going up towards whatchamacallit, the Living Water Brewery and Southern Grist that way. Good bread, really good bread. Got a bunch of good bread there. That was for Chris Weisner. Speaking of Chris Weisner, he said we have Little Hats Deli in Nashville, very Jersey style deli. And then Doug Smith said, since 1963, Dave, I was at Sandwich Hut the last time I was in Rhode Island.
So Doug Smith knows. Doug Smith knows, and they had Italian grinder there.
There you go.
And it was the only place in Rhode Island I could get a decent chicken parm.
Interesting.
There you go.
Because what you could do is you could get it. They do the chicken parm with the provolone on it, which is of course wrong. But you could always ask them to swap it out for the mousse, which was nice.
Those we would get at not at delis, but pizza parlors. You can get some pretty good ones.
But what you had to do is you had to go into what you call it, Hill in Providence.
Federal Hill. In Coventry and West Warwick, we had Famous Pizza made a decent one. Bill's Pizza in Coventry made a good one. Oh, there was Silver Lake Pizza. They actually had a good one too.
I didn't spend a lot of time down in Coventry. I went down there once. There was a brewery that had opened there, and they were. It looked like it would have been in an old fast food joint, and it was awful. They didn't last very long. COVID killed them almost immediately.
Doug Smith said best grinders in the city. So.
Yeah. Sandwich Hut is fantastic. I could walk there from where I lived. And if you're talking about,
they were in Pawtucket.
They were either in Pawtucket, right near the border of Providence, or in Providence, just near the border of Pawtucket. They're right near that border, right by the big cemetery that was there. But if you wanted to find good bread in the South, a good deli in Florida, there was a deli called 2J's.
Okay.
And they had.
By the way, me and John own that.
2J's.
As well as
no.
Yes.
No, Staradumsky owns it by himself. Those are the 2J's. John Joseph.
Yes, it's 2J's. He owns it by himself. There.
But they made a soft rye that was to die for, and they cut it this damn thick.
Oh wow!
And what they would do is they would take the meats and everything and the cheeses and all that, and they'd roll it into one big thing, and then they'd put it on the bread.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was 2J's. Every time I would go down, I first came across them in Boca Raton when I was doing store openings for a company that I work for, and we went to 2J's. Damn good. They opened one in Atlantic City that lasted all of about a year.
Well, it's because White Rose is there, so you're not going to beat that. So,
well, no, this was on the boardwalk, so most of the people on the boardwalk never get out to where White Rose is.
Folks, welcome back to the Sandwich Podcast. Photos of beer? Nope. Sandwiches.
Okay, there you said you had 3 hot takes.
I do. I have another one. Christmas, number 3. Christmas ales or holiday ales, whatever you want to call it. winter themed, obviously Christmas ales, or fall beers?
Guru?
Love them all. I'm not
Who's,
choosing.
who's making that choice, Sophie? Exactly.
Don't bring up that movie. I'll start to cry.
I'm drinking Oktoberfest and pumpkin ales year round, just like Christmas ales. So they're different, but I don't really think one's better than the other. So I don't prefer one over the other. I love them all. Though I will say, I think a lot of although Polaner does put out their Martzen year round.
They do. Polaner
It's easier to get it nice and fresh in the fall.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one that I like to drink a big moss of in the fall when it is at its peak.
Right.
So that one doesn't have the advantage of being higher in alcohol or having a lot of spice to preserve it. But I still end up with some left over and drink them year round. The Hofbrauhaus Oktoberfest too, which is more of a fest beer than a Marzen, and is very bready. That's another one that's you got to drink a moss of that in the season. I think, at least for me, that's the best time to enjoy it.
For me, I'm pitting fall and winter beers against holiday beers. For me, the holiday beers, there's too many adjuncts, too many spices. I like my beers more at the base level. Like in fall, you've got your Märzens, you've got your browns. Really enjoy those. In the winter, you've got your barley wines, you've got your stouts that come out, and I really enjoy those. I don't need the spicing. I don't need the the chestnut praline in there. I don't need candy canes in my beer. I don't need all this holiday stuff that they throw into these beers.
Welcome to the Christmas in July show, folks.
Yeah. I don't need the gingerbread. I don't need all of that in my beer. I do. Now, I'm not saying I don't enjoy these, but if you ask me my preference, just give me a straight up nice stout.
What about winter ales or winter warmers that aren't overly spiced? Just really solid winter.
Well, that's the Sam Smith, right? The Sam Smith winter warmer. That's not a spiced beer.
No, it's not. Yeah.
And frankly, when we were talking about drinking, holiday beers during the summer, that's a light beer. It's almost refreshing. That makes a nice summer beer if you really think about it. So yeah, when you get those holiday beers that are really just that particular that style, and even to Jersey Johnny's palate here with the Harveys and the Celebration, you're basically talking a hoppy red, right?
There was another one that I was thinking about having, but there was no way I was doing this tonight.
There you go. Then you get your Scotch ale.
Oh, okay.
The Glazentor and Canister.
Yeah.
Scotch ale.
But
a Scotch ale from Belgium.
Yeah.
There you go.
But yeah, so you take something like that, I'm going to enjoy those more than what we think of as holiday ales.
Right.
And that said, I'm going to my next beer is like the ultimate holiday spiced ale. And
I thought you were doing your impression of the Grinch who stole Christmas in July for a minute there, but
I almost wore my resting Grinch face shirt for this show.
And that would have been apropos. There you go.
Yeah.
Am I just drinking because I'm bored?
Oh, I love it. That's
all the noise.
Resting Grinch face. I love it.
And it's funny because I wore that to a keg lighting at Cloverleaf once.
Right.
And the guys from Double Tap were there, and you know what they brought? They brought Resting Grinch Face, a beer there. So we all got one of those and took a picture with me wearing that shirt.
Very nice. Was that a couple years ago when we were sitting in the back?
Yeah. That was it.
Yeah, that was fun. Really quick, Chris Weisner said, "Love them all. Marison's all year." He said,
"Yep,
100%." And then Brian Boak said, "Many Christmas ales are too spiced, so fall beers for him."
Yep.
And Doug Smith said, "German Christmas Bock beers. I'll drink those all year round."
Yeah. Now you're talking like a more of a base beer, an unadjunct, unfucked around with.
Fair enough.
But we don't really see a lot of them here, unfortunately. And
you may see one a little later.
you might see one a little later.
Oh, that's good. We get the every year I go get the whatever the iteration is of the the Christmas calendar, right? Advent calendars from Costco.
Yeah.
Right.
And they're all German beers, and they have some Weihnachts beers in there. But lately, they're more fest beers than Winterfest beers instead of Bock beers. So that's kind
Really?
of disappointing, right?
Yeah. It's because it's usually like almost all box.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, it could be the audience too, right? So they do have Bocks in there, and they have double Bocks, and they even have Rauch beers and Stein beers. So they have a good assortment. But what they actually call the Christmas beers, the Weihnachts beer.
Oh, that's lucky.
That's lucky.
That's lucky.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta go pee. Be right.
Okay. He muted himself before his bio break. There you go. Yeah, no, I look those advent calendars, the beer advent calendars. They were fantastic, but all the box. But like you said, I think it was just last year, right? It was mostly was a lot more fest beers in it.
Yeah, they've been Kalea. They
Yeah.
were for like 7-8 years, and I would pick it up every year. The past 2 years, it's
2 years, yeah.
it's a different producer. Kalea has been complaining about it, saying that Costco just abruptly stopped. I don't know if they got a better deal and charged the same price or what the deal is, but now it's Beer Garden Beer Box. So we'll see what comes out this year. But I haven't heard any rumblings from Kalea on whether. Usually they're in September that they show up, and it's July. So I mean, Kalea should. I'm in a group that Kalea is in, and I haven't heard a word. So I would think if they had won the contract back, they would say, "Hey, be on the lookout. We're going to be back at Costco this year."
Yeah, you would think. Yeah, exactly.
Now, can I add a fourth hot take?
Go for it.
And we talked about it earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
Favorite? I know hot takes is supposed to be either or, but I'm just going to put this question out there. Favorite on-screen Santa Claus? Film or TV, animated or otherwise? And also throw in your least favorite.
Favorite and least favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. John, you first.
Oh, what's his name? John Huddleston, Santa Claus the movie. He's probably my favorite. I think he really fit the part well. And probably my least favorite is Tim Allen in the Santa Claus, who was like the opposite of everything Santa Claus. Not that I have anything against him. He doesn't strike me as Santa Claus. Kurt Russell actually wasn't too bad in the movie that he did recently. What was that for Netflix, I think, right? But yeah, I would say Santa Claus the movie.
All right. Yeah, you know what? Was it John? Would you say Halstead? Right. That was.
Yeah.
That's probably. I'm going to give you both. I'll go with that one as on screen as the best, and I'll give you. I'm not going to give you. I can't give you best and have it be either animated or live, right? So, Halstead is live, and then the animated Santa in Rudolph.
Oh yeah,
that would be my favorite.
My favorite thing about that was how he starts off so skinny, but Mrs. Claus is Italian, so she fattens him.
Who wants the skinny Santa?
Yeah.
Eat, Santa, eat. How is Mrs. Claus Italian?
That was my favorite. But the thing is, it's not my least favorite Santa, but that's one of my least favorite Santa, because let's face it, that Santa is a friggin' dick.
He is.
Right?
I always thought that. Yeah. He's mean to Rudolph.
Oh, and he only accepts Rudolph when he needs him.
When he needs him, yeah. He's like the narcissist.
Well, it's like you're right. You're right. But here's the thing: he didn't. He wasn't mean to him. I mean, he was, but he wasn't mean to him like intentionally. It was just,
he was elitist.
He was, but Rudolph didn't fit the bill of what the reindeer were supposed.
That's the definition of elitist.
Right. But no, he was looking for. Well, I look at it this way: he was looking at it from like a company owner point of view, and I got to hire.
It was very, very superficial because Rudolph had already proved that he could do the job.
No, he didn't. No, he
Yes,
didn't.
he did.
When
Yes,
he, when he did,
do that because when they were doing the reindeer games, he had the best takeoff of any friggin' reindeer there. But because he looked different, what a shame! Oh, and it's a shame. He had such a great takeoff too. Don't you remember that part where he did better than any of the other bucks? But he wasn't allowed. He wasn't allowed in the reindeer games anymore.
but he was able to overcome his shortcomings. Santa, this is, and realize the error of his ways
When he friggin' needed him.
Oh yeah, but it's not like he dismissed him after the fact.
There's a version of that show, that alternate ending, that was filmed in Rhode Island, and Santa asked Rudolph, "With your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight?" And Rudolph says, "Go fuck yourself."
As he should have.
There you go. Anyway, what about you, Sam?
I know your least favorite, John.
Oh, you know what? I mean, he's not off with Tim Allen. I kind of like it. The movie,
I really did enjoy those shows. But
I did enjoy the movie because my kids were young and they were watching it, so it's kind of nostalgic for me. But yeah, I mean, he kind of was the anti Santa Claus, right? And what he was doing, right? So if I think of another one, I'll let you know. But I'll go with that one. I'll be on par with John on that one. What about you, Sam?
I'm gonna start with my least favorite, Paul Giamatti and Fred Claus.
Oh, you know what? Done. You're absolutely right.
That's
I completely forgot about it. He's horrible. I like Paul Giamatti. That was horrible. That was
He was god awful. It's the only that's the worst casting of a Santa Claus in the history of casting Santa Claus. One of my favorites, maybe not my favorite, but Asner as Santa in Elf.
Okay.
He was a little edgy, so maybe that's why it's not my favorite. But any time that animated, Mickey Rooney played Santa. Year Without a Santa Claus,
Oh yeah, Santa Claus is coming to town. Yeah.
Santa Claus is coming to town. That's
Mickey Rooney too.
Yeah, Mickey Rooney is Santa. I just really enjoyed him. I just think he had that caring, empathetic voice.
It's easier in the animated shows, I think, because Santa Claus is such an iconic character that it's hard for a live action human being, to pull it off. I think going back to Huddleston, I thought he was pretty close. But in the animated versions, it's more like, the mythical Santa Claus you grew up with as a kid, which is different for everybody, right?
I had to just look up his name too. You can throw him in the mix with that, with Best Santa Claus ever. What about Em and Gwen? Miracle on 34th.
I was going to say that's a miracle, and he the great thing about Miracle on 34th.
It's Macy's. It's Macy's.
It's when I go into the office, I walk past it every friggin' day. You think I know where it is as I walk through Herald Square. But usually I'm trying to get through there because of all the damn tourists that are blocking everything up. But the thing is, I think he set the tone of what Santa is supposed to look like for everybody. Especially a mall, especially a department store Santa.
It's just hard for him to pull off the whole, Santa vibe, because in that movie, you don't know, right? Is he Santa or is he not Santa?
Exactly.
So they can't give it away, so he doesn't get to pull a million presents out of his sack and fly around in a sleigh. So
I'm gonna give an honorable mention out there to David Barber in Silent Night, Bloody Night? What was it? David Harbour, sorry, not Barber. David Harbour.
Oh, okay. From Stranger Things.
From Stranger Things, and he played Santa in Violent Night.
Violent Night. There you go.
Yeah, and it's basically Santa's kind of like he's people don't believe him in much anymore. He's gotten tired of the whole thing. He's kind of in a whole fuck this kind of moment, and then a house gets taken hostage that he's trying to deliver toys to, and they've actually shot at him. And he's now part of this whole thing, and he becomes quite badass. It's fun. It's a fun movie. Does David Harbour make a great Santa? No. Just in the same way that the guy from Farmers Insurance doesn't make a great Santa, but he was a lot of fun in Big Red One. That was a fun movie.
I just pulled this up and I want to read it really quick because it's pretty funny. The 10 worst movie Santas ever.
Okay.
All right. Number 10.
Yep.
Artie Lang, the mall Santa from Elf.
Yes. But he was supposed to be, so he played the role very well. Thank you, Artie. And the best thing about that is the Lego team had done that whole friggin' skyline that's in that movie that Artie and Will Ferrell destroy. So they told both of them, we're not building again. You have to get this scene right the first time.
You have to do it right the first time, exactly.
Okay, number 9.
Hold on one hot second.
Now, Staradumsky.
There you go.
You're supposed to drink
this being Artie Lang. There you go.
There he is.
There you go.
Now, Staradumsky, you're supposed to be drinking your morning recovery now.
Yes, that's right. I was just going to say, I just finished beer 2.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
So let's do morning recovery. Here we go.
Let's do our morning recovery.
You gotta take that.
We get it. Yeah.
I love how they actually mark where the pool.
Yeah, exactly. So
they make it nice and convenient for you.
Exactly.
Because they know that you're not going to be seeing very well if you're doing it like I'm going to be doing it. So I've already pulled my pull strip off.
Yeah, it's a test too. If you can't get this off, you have had enough to drink and you do not get any more. And therefore you will not have a hangover anymore.
So here's a testament to doing it before you start drinking.
Yes. Lesson learned. Okay, but I got it off.
There you go.
All right. So, and he's opening it up and
it smells very lemony.
Smells very lemony.
One of the I did see people in the Amazon reviews. Some people were complaining about the taste, and the smell, but it smells like lemon.
Tasted fine to me, unless they were drinking it for a second.
Chug. No, don't do that again. Already did that joke.
Yeah. Really quick, as John drinks that, Chris Weisner said, "Scrooge, the greatest Christmas movie ever."
It is, but no one. Is there a Santa who plays?
There's no Santa.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. One of the best.
It's one of the best. And then he also said they sell that stuff all over downtown Nashville. Apparently, it's supposed to work.
You'll find out tomorrow. You'll find out tomorrow.
We will. We'll write about it. So.
It's like an herbal grassy lemonade. Actually.
Yeah. Herbal grassy lemonade. That's
pleasant.
a good way to describe it.
Tastes pretty good, actually. I think.
Works for me.
Okay. Where's Santa number 9, John?
Santa number 9 is Edward Ivory in The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh,
that one. But he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be comical.
There you go.
And he's not the focus of the movie either.
No, he's not. Number 8 is The Whole Claus Family in Arthur Christmas.
Never saw it. Can't comment.
Can't either. Number 7 is Ken Hudson Campbell from Home Alone.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's very brief on the screen, but okay.
Yep.
It's brief on the screen. Yeah.
He's the one who kicks him back down the slide, right? You'll shoot your eye out.
No, that's
that's Home Alone. Yeah. Number 6 is Jeff Gillen from A Christmas Story. That's the I'll shoot your eye out. So.
But he's supposed to be awful.
He's supposed to be awful.
Oh, that's right. It is Home Alone.
He's supposed to be he's supposed to be a children's nightmare.
Right. So, A Christmas Story. So Jeff Gillen is number 6 from A Christmas Story. 5 is Bill Goldberg from Santa's Sleigh, Slay. Never saw it, so I can't comment. Number 4, Paul Giamatti from Fred Claus.
There we go.
There you go. Number 3, Martin Short as Santa Claus in the Santa Claus 3 Escape Clause.
But he was Jack Frost playing Santa Claus.
No, he became Santa Claus.
He became Santa Claus, but
he became Santa Claus.
Yeah, I don't think that counts.
Right. Well, it does because he was Santa Claus in a movie. So, Number 2, Ed Asner from Elf.
Really?
As the worst, yeah. I don't agree with that either.
No, I don't agree with that.
So that's the number 2, and the number 1 is Billy Bob Thornton from Bad Santa.
But he's supposed to be a bad Santa.
But he's supposed to be bad.
So he did a damn good job, I think.
There you go.
I just think they totally got it wrong because they didn't put Tim Allen on there at any place.
At any place.
I opened my 3rd.
What is your 3rd there, sir?
bitching and complaining about adjunct Christmas sales, but also proving my point of how when they first come out, they can be a little hot and not taste as good as they're supposed to taste. And that would be my 2022 Our Very Special Ale from that. Actually, I lied. So 7.2 is as low as I'm going. Here we go. We got it right here. And so it's been 3.5 years.
Mm-hmm. 3.5 years since that came out. Yeah.
And I'm getting Pine Sol.
Pine Sol, really?
Yeah. Wow. Well, that's
a shame.
That is a shame. That's some powerful cleanser going on there.
John, I have to ask you: does your camera follow you when you get up?
Yeah, it's so I got a new Surface tablet. I just bought the latest model.
Mm-hmm.
It's got integrated AI. In fact, AI is actually something I wanted to talk about. But it does all kinds of neat things and has all these bells and whistles. But there's all kinds of camera settings that you can use, and one like you can totally blur the background, which I think you could do in a lot of other applications too. But it is supposed to have an improved webcam and make you look better. But I've been told that I'm still as ugly as I ever was, so I don't think that part of it is working.
No, you're not as ugly as you usually are.
I'm even uglier. Oh my god, it's worse. It's worse. But yeah, I think it's actually really cool the way it integrates AI into everything.
Because I've noticed that a couple of times now when you got up and walked away, the camera followed you. So it's like, I mean, I was like, is your wife sitting there filming you? And she
I actually have a gimbal that does that.
Not a Macy's, a gimbal?
It's a gimbal's. And I don't use it all that often because you got to do it with your cell phone, and I can't. Its aperture, its claw is not wide enough to fit the laptop in it.
Gotcha. Fair enough.
So John's third match is his hat, from what I can see.
My third match is my hat. Yeah. Well, I'll do it. I'll wait for John. No, that's fine.
No, just put yours up.
All right. So mine is.
You don't always have to bat clean up, John.
There you go. So mine is Harpoon Winter Warmer. Yes, it matches my hat. There we go. Harpoon Winter Warmer, and we talked about this before. We said, what was your first one? Was it Samuel Smith's Winter Welcome, or was it Harpoon Winter Warmer? So this was my second, obviously, in actual proper glass.
Got the glass.
Got the glass. There you go.
He found the glass last year.
You didn't have that last December, did you? Right? So
I did.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I did. I had it on the show. Yeah.
Yeah, he debuted it on the show.
I debuted it on the show. So I've used this glass twice. Well, I've used it at home, but I've used it on the show twice, both times you were on, John. So there you go.
One of the reasons I need AI so much because I can't remember a damn thing anymore. So, yeah. But I've got the Catamount Christmas glass, and I've got this is Holidays from Michigan Forager Brewing Company.
From Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, yeah.
Oh, Claire.
Claire.
Oh, Claire.
Oh, Claire.
Yeah. So this was the first time I ever had it was past holiday season. It just bowled me over. A really, really good barrel-aged barley wine fruitcake in a glass. So I got two more, and this was like $11 a bottle from halftime. And I was like, okay, well, I want to do one on the Christmas in July show and see how it ages out a little, and then have one for next Christmas to see how it is with a year on it. But one of the best new Christmas beers I've had in a long, long time. So
Staradumsky has gone up to 13.9.
13.9%.
He's ramped up, but Mr. Boak has exceeded him.
There we go.
As one would expect.
Mr. Boak decided to go with Back to Full Strength 22 Northman Brewing Night Axe Barrel Aged Cave Series 14.2% Bourbon Barrel Aged Imperial Stout aged for 15 months.
That sounds delicious.
Mm-hmm.
And it just proves, Dave, that you're down to 7. So when you go low, we go high.
There you go.
There you go. There you go.
I'll try to catch up on my next one.
There you go. And Mike Dolan said his second Christmas beer is a gin and tonic.
That is a perfect Christmas beer.
There you go.
Oh my God. I'm not enjoying this.
Yeah. And Doug Smith said, Dave, give your opinion of AI in tiki culture.
Doug's trying to prod me here because Doug likes to make his drink cards with AI, and he's got a really good argument as to why, because people will get on his case saying, "Oh, well, you know, they're purists. This is not pure." And tiki culture it's not pure. It's cultural appropriation. There's nothing original about tiki culture except for the fact they slammed a whole bunch of different cultures together into one thing. And what Doug gets wrong here is my complaint about AI has nothing to do about injecting it into tiki culture. My complaint about AI is using it for any kind of creative or artistic thing. I think AI is best used to serve us rather than to create for us. I think when you take the human element out of creativity, it's no longer creativity, it's a program.
Right.
But it does serve us when it creates for us because we set the parameters and tell it.
You do, but I don't think AI should really make up for anybody's lack of artistic skill.
I think it's meant. In fact, this is interesting you bring that up because I'm taking these intensive AI courses for work. It's the future, right? So we got to be on top of it. And
there's so many uses for it that I absolutely agree with. I just don't like it in any kind of creativity.
It's more intended for people who lack technical skill rather than
exactly
creative skill, and allows people who have creative ideas but don't have the technical know-how to execute them. For example, for the longest time people have been able to edit photos in Photoshop, right? I had limited skill. There's others out there who have much exceed my skills in Photoshop. Now I can take images and plug them into Copilot or ChatGPT and have it perfect them in ways that I never could before, right? Well, so it doesn't mean you're not, like, I still take, if it's my beer pictures, I'm still taking the pictures of the beer. I got the glass, I got the beer, I do the pour, but all it does is it adjusts the lighting and the sharpness and things like that, which are more technical than creative.
I kind of agree, but give you an idea where my base is from. I never liked Photoshop for my photos either. Growing up, my mom was a photographer. My brother was and is a photographer. Using filters and stuff like that, I think it's more impressive when you can come out with this amazing photo and all you've done is used your camera, or you have framed it properly. Not even cropping. You framed it properly. You've captured the light properly. You've done everything. You've set your f-stop properly.
Yeah.
You've done everything, and that is a talent. That's a talent. That's a skill.
That's why you take 50 million shots, because you're trying to get one that's right out of all of those. But there's other, like I was just at a brewery in North Carolina last month, and like a dummy, I had my finger over one of the lenses. So some of the shots I took were blurry, right? A lot of them were not, and they were great, and I was able to just Photoshop them. But I plugged the ones that I were blurry into AI, totally fixed them, right? Yeah. So, I mean, something like that, and that is just at a brewery. But what if you were at a wedding, or you were at some kind of special event and you made a mistake like that, and you have a once-in-a-lifetime memory and you screwed it up? If there's technology that can fix that for you, I mean, I think that's great.
That I'm not arguing, but taking that and you've got a computer program that has fixed something for you and forwarding it as art. It's not art, it's programming.
Well, it depends on it depends on what you're going to use it for. Like to your point, Dave, I've done both, right? Like years ago, I won't say that I was a photographer. I am a photographer, but I've done all of that. I've had SLR cameras. I developed film. I like on my own. I physically developed film. I developed pictures. I used an enlarger. I used Koken filters. I got the right shot. I did all of that. Right, perfected that. Then came along Photoshop, and I was able to manipulate photos, and even and then I right now I use Photoshop now along with Illustrator to create graphics. I don't really necessarily put photos in unless I'm using a part of a photo as like an image that I take. as part of a graphic, right? That's the only reason I use Photoshop now. But using Photoshop, you can even take those you could take those photos that you took and enhance them even a little bit more. Maybe tweak them. Maybe tweak the lighting just a little bit. Maybe you were outdoors, right? Maybe you were taking a filtered shot outdoors. You framed it right. You did all of that, but I mean, you're at the mercy of the sun when it comes to lighting when you're taking outdoor shots. So if you can tweak that a little bit and make the photo pop even a little bit more in Photoshop, you're still doing it. You're not putting it in Photoshop and saying, hey, fix this for me, like AI. You're actually physically doing the work in Photoshop to make it. So it's still your creation.
But even with Copilot, when I tell it, there's not much difference between me doing the auto smart fix and the sharpen and adjusting the lighting and telling Copilot, perfect the lighting and sharpen the image. It does exactly, and it comes out better than anything that I've done in Photoshop before. But I'm still calling the shots, and I think that's the thing is that sometimes it doesn't, like sometimes it crops it. I didn't ask you to crop it, so please remove that, and it'll do it. And you still retain the creativity, I think, but I think it's going to.
I think that's a stretch.
Revolutionize the brewing world too.
I don't think AI should replace skill. We've seen breweries use AI to create recipes.
Recipes, sure.
Yeah.
Would you, like, if you've got someone who's out there taking pictures and they're using AI to enhance their photographs and they're putting that out in the gallery, is that art?
Yeah, you know what? I mean,
it's so subjective. If it looks good and you like it.
Well, there are people that think a pile of broken glass on the floor is a piece of art.
Right? That's what I mean. It's subjective, right? Everybody.
It is subjective.
There are people there are people that find garbage on the street.
Yeah.
Put it together in some form of a collage inside of a frame, and that's art. And hey, if somebody likes it, it's the same thing as you say, Dave. Right? Drink what you like. Let others drink what they like.
Yeah.
As long as you're transparent with it, right? If you've got
this is how I made it, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people aren't though, and that's where I start to lose it with AI. Where they're not transparent about, like, hey, look at this shot I took. If you've taken a piece of if you've taken a photo, you've put it up, and you're claiming that you took this shot, and people are like, oh, you're such a great photographer. The one thing, or is the AI in your phone?
Well, yeah, the one thing I will say is that AI right now, except for maybe some of the more elite programs that you spend a shit ton of money on, right?
You can tell it's AI.
You can tell.
Yeah, you can tell.
You can tell, and especially if there's verbiage in it, because AI can't spell worth a shit.
Oh my god!
Did you guys happen to see the picture I put up that I created with Copilot for the 4th of July? I took a photo.
That was with you and your wife.
My wife and I, and put us in colonial garb.
Yep, I saw that.
If you see that, it did a great job, and it looks very realistic. And
I'm not saying it doesn't do a great job. I'm not saying it doesn't look realistic.
No, and it didn't. It didn't do a great job, and people didn't notice it. But the reason it didn't is because, it had me with my right hand holding up a stein of beer. It had me with my left hand on my wife's shoulder, and it had me with my other left hand on my wife's waist.
I'm looking at it right now. It's fantastic.
AI just cannot get the human hand properly.
Yeah, so it's not 100%. It's never.
Well, here's the thing. No, it's not. It's not. I don't think you have two different hands. I think you have two different left arms. But your upper left arm is very short.
Yeah,
it's
a
very short left arm.
It's funny. I've got no problem with people having fun with AI.
Yeah,
and it's fun. Passing it off as art, which, Doug, I know you're not trying to pass it off as art. This is for you, for your use, and the people that are giving you shit about it. Online.
Some of the things he did put in the Tiki group is actually kind
of cool. They can all go screw themselves.
By the way, this is AI. Okay.
Yeah, that's AI right there.
Right. But it's AI based on a picture. I put a picture into AI and it created a cartoon. So it was a picture.
But everything AI, all things AI need a place.
There's nothing in there that wasn't in the picture we took, Dave. It's just it made it a cartoon. Is all.
And you're not claiming that you drew it or anything like that. Right. So there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, I think it's
it's for fun. It's for fun.
But I think of applications like for breweries, right? Keeping it relevant to our usual discussions.
Mhm.
Now, label design, right? Don't want to take artists out of it, but at the same time, because we're so fickle and we want 50 million different beers that we can all check into on Untapped or wherever, right? I don't think breweries can always afford to pay artists for all these different labels that they have to come up with to keep selling beer, to keep their doors open.
Unless
And in
one of the
some
owners,
cases,
unless one of the owners is a graphic artist, then it's okay.
Yeah.
but
You know,
but I mean,
if
if
one
you
of the
do
owners
an
actually
AI
has
and
this,
create a label for free, right, or for $8 a month,
or
and
if
based
they're a
on
graphic designer
ChatGPT,
that actually has the skill to do it,
Right.
you know, and doesn't have to rely on that. I know
but
a
you're
lot.
going to have to spend a lot of time, or you're going to have to pay somebody a lot of money to create all those labels. Not every brewery has that. When we look at all the breweries closing, and frankly, you know, one of the things that annoys me on Untapped is that I see all these people up in Maine. Nobody's checking into Geary's. Nobody's checking into Allagash. They're all checking into the latest darling breweries and Treehouse and the 50 million different beers that these guys are pumping out. And
I'll be in
how-
Maine. I'll be in Maine in 3 weeks. I'll check into Gary's. I'll check.
you
into
will,
Allagash.
but how is the little guy supposed to keep, like, the classic brewery supposed to keep their door open in that environment? If they got to come up with a new beer and create a label for it, they may not be able to afford to pay an artist or to design something for them. If they can pop it into AI and get more people to, and get a label that's attractive and gets people to buy their beer, which is what people seem to be after today, right? That and a
You're not
hazy.
wrong. You're not wrong. Yeah,
But,
it's
I
more
mean,
about
there
it's
are
more about the
advantages.
new beer than it is about the like. Look,
But
Yeah.
that's
here's the thing.
that's using AI.
the
That's
same-
using AI for a business application. I've got no problem using AI for
yeah, and if you take it. That and all of these beers that they're checking into too. I mean, they're so subtly different. You're changing one hop out.
Yes.
You know, it's the same base recipe, and there could be 3 hops in it. You take one out, put
And
another.
you know what?
one
They
in.
got
It's a new
plenty of
beer.
time. They got
You
plenty
know?
of time to design their labels because they're not spending any time rewriting recipes.
No, but they probably don't have the skills to do it to the degree that.
No.
Yeah, look at Other Half. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but everything. I've had a million Other Half beers that all taste like the other million Other Half beers, right?
Yeah. But to your point, their label art is just clip art.
Yeah, and a name like Chicken Legs or Blue Cheese or something like that.
Or broccoli with cheese. Yeah.
But I don't fault them for it because it's what consumers want. So
That went that quick.
it always
Yeah,
does.
mine's one too, but mine went down quick for another reason.
Well, you dumped half of yours.
No, I didn't dump it. I dumped it down my throat.
Oh, you just got rid of it quick because you didn't.
Well, I don't have a drain here to drain for, and and
He's doing it for science, though. He needs the alcohol to.
That's true. You're right. You're right.
Morning recovery works.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
So no, I've got my fourth poured.
So what is your fourth? Let's put it up.
My fourth is, when we do the holiday show, I think this year we're not going to do our top 3 holiday beers because they never fucking change, right, John?
They don't change.
They never change.
We'll do another top 3 list and mention what they are. That's all.
And my number 1 never changes, and this is my number 1. But this is the barrel aged version of it.
That is the barrel aged version of it. Yes, you're right.
Prairie Bomb.
Right. And this is this last year's? I think this is last year's.
It's last year's, yeah.
Excuse
Last
me.
year.
That's a good one. And this is, of course, I just contradict myself all the time because I'm not a big fan of, with the holiday beers, those that are adjunct. This one's heavily adjunct. And of course, I've got the proper glassware. This is last year's holiday glass.
Mm-hmm.
And there you go. That's a better sander than Paul Giamatti, even. Right there.
Very nice.
That's a low bar, but you get them in a gift box every year, right, Dave? Don't you get the?
What you do is you get 2 of the barrel aged
Mm-hmm.
and 2 of that year's standard,
Right.
and the glassware. So I've been doing this for 5 years now, getting the gift box, maybe even more. I may have one of the glass, but I got 5 of the glasses sitting right over there.
The glass is different too.
The glass changes every year.
Yep.
And this is such a good beer.
Mm-hmm.
Such a good beer. I love this beer. And what's this one come out as ABV?
It's 13%.
Yeah, I think this is my highest ABV of the night.
Yeah. My highest ABV of the night will be my 5th beer, but my fourth I'm having right now That's yours. I just shut it off. My fourth that I'm having right now was Dave's second, and that is Bell's Christmas right there. This is last year's as well. It's 2025. Let's see if I get pennies.
Jersey Johnny has finally ramped up to a Scotch ale.
Ramped up to a Scotch ale. Now, here's the thing. Do I have it in proper glassware? Not quite. Okay, because my Bell's glass broke.
Oh, I know what you're doing here.
So
because we had the rep for both of the Bells.
I do have it in a New Belgium glass. And New Belgium.
When the rep for Bells visits John, the rep for New Belgium visits John.
Right. So New Belgium and Bells are one and the same company. So
New Bells.
It's on my New Belgium.
There you go.
New Belgium. There you go. So smells fantastic.
Now to Doug's last comment, put it up because I do want to comment on it.
Did yours really quick though? Did yours smell fantastic? Was the nose right on yours?
Yeah, the nose was fine, but it was.
Let me see if there's pennies. No.
Okay, so mine was just the handling of it.
No.
I just drank one the other night too, and it was good.
I think mine was just the handling.
It actually was 2024.
Mine hasn't been in the fridge the whole time.
Mine's spot on 2025 last year. So it's not even a year old. But yeah, spot on. It's very good. But there you go. Yeah, Bell's Christmas sale. Let's put up whose comment?
Doug's last comment.
Doug's. Well, no, there's like a few of them here. Let's put up this one first. He says, I create my own tiki cocktails and use AI to help with the measurements. So for me, I use it as a tool to help. I do not have AI make cocktails from scratch.
That's good because it helps not waste product. Because when I do my tiki cocktails, I make, I drink, I adjust.
Right.
I make, I drink, I adjust. Yeah.
I don't. I kind of do it in between. Like I'll make, drink, adjust, but I'll also like if I'm making a specific tiki cocktail or any cocktail for that matter, I'll watch a couple of videos, some other mixologists, some other bartenders making it, and I'll riff off of what their measurements are, just knowing what. Okay, I like a little bit more. I like a little bit more rye forward, or I like a little bit more rum forward, or whatever it is. So I'll adjust it.
See what
I'll do it like by a quarter of an ounce or a half an ounce and do it like that.
Well, you do what works for you, and
right.
For me, I want for my cocktails, I want my cocktail to be my cocktail.
Right.
I want it to be. I like to go about it the old school way, where I've gone in, I've got something in my mind, and I've done my measurements in my head, and I put it together. And there are times where I've made a drink, and the first time out of the box is like, that's what I wanted. That's rare. Trust me, it's rare. And then I've got to tweak. And to me, that's half the fun, is doing that tweak, being able to identify where I went wrong the first time. Mm-hmm. And go, okay, so this is what I need to do to get it to where I want it. And
and then when you taste it, you're like, yes, this is it. That's the one right there.
That I enjoy that part of it. But not everyone likes to do it the way I like to do it. I like it. And none of my ingredients go to waste.
What works for them, what works for anybody, Doug, what works for you.
He makes a good point about how AI works. And it works and sometimes it doesn't work, right? AI, so one of the things I've done with it is I asked it to take a look at my HTML code on my web pages, which I've never been able to. I can code in HTML, but I've never been an expert. It gave me an excellent template. So that's great, right? I'm redoing my pages. I love the way they look. They're better for mobile. They look better all around. The links are better. It compartmentalized them and made them easier. What it can't do is go through my 3,500 reviews, because I've tried, and even one by one, put them all into the new format.
Right.
So I still have to do it. But to Doug's point, there's an interesting concept in AI called adversarial relationship between AI. So the generative AI that we use to create a image or a recipe, maybe Doug or Dave create a recipe. Sounds like, Dave, you wouldn't. No. And there are also discriminating portions of AI. And what they do is they take the generative portion, right? You ask it to create an image, and they compare it to information it has available to it, and they create a critical analysis. Is this really the best possible output? And it's why sometimes you get like really cool images out of AI, because if you ask it to look at a photo of you and compare it, clearly it didn't do a good job when it gave me 3 hands. But
Yeah.
in other circumstances,
Oh, maybe you did.
That's
Maybe
a
you did.
great picture.
Maybe you're a better human with 3 arms, John.
but there are things.
Maybe your computer heard you once heard you say, "Shit, I wish I had an extra."
I might have done that too. You would be surprised some of the stuff it comes back with. But you know, to Doug's point,
What did it give you an extra of, John?
I did create that image, but I just
Is your wife going?
Yeah, that's private, Stan.
No, okay, that's fine.
yeah. But you know, Doug uses it, for example, to create a recipe. Discriminative can never know how that recipe turns out because it can't taste the final product.
Right.
Right. Now he can. So that is a perfect example of how humans have to stay in the loop with AI.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole design of it is not to replace people, but to make us more creative and give us more time to do the things we're best at and take the stuff that, you know, I mean, you can come up with say it gives 10 recipes and Doug tries them all and says, hey, you know what? Or I'm a brewer and it gives me 10 recipes for an IPA and one's a huge success. But at the end of the day, you need a human to taste all those either those drinks or those beers, because the AI can't taste. It's never going to be able to discriminate.
Never going to do it.
To me, I'm in the camp that AI should be doing the menial tasks, leaving us to those tasks.
Keep talking AI. It's my bio break time.
That creativity, that creative side, where it's given us that time to create, to paint, to do that tasting, to tweak, and have that fun in that creative rather than having AI do it for us. I would rather than sitting there and going through my spreadsheets and reformatting this, making sure everything is in the right format, making sure it's pulling the right data in. I'd rather tell AI, go do that for me, because I've got my ice machine running. I'm going to create another freaking tiki drink. And you know what, AI? Fuck you. You can't taste it. It's not for you. It's for me.
Yeah. Well, ultimately, that's the
that's
goal.
The goal. That's the goal for AI, is to make it so that we have more leisure time to chase these pursuits. And right now, rather than people developing AI to, you know, there's so many companies that are developing AI to take these menial tasks off of us. And I would rather see that done more so than these AIs that are altering photos for us, that are creating images for us. I'd rather see the human touch in that, because that's fun. There's a heart to that. There's a love in that. All of our different artistic pursuits, every single one of them is emotion presented a different way, right? Because when you make music, that's emotion expressed in sound.
Yep.
Painting, that's emotion expressed in a brush, in a pen, by your own hand. You know, even poetry, writing, that's emotion expressed with words. And to me, watching creations of any of these expressions of emotion, to me, you've used a computer, you've used a program, and yes, you've put some of your emotion into it by guiding it, but I think it's been watered down.
Well, I don't disagree. I think all of those creative endeavors are the things that we need more time for. And I think ultimately,
and that's what I think AI should be used for.
I really wish it could go through all my 3,500 reviews and reformat them for me, because it's a pain in the ass, right?
It is a pain in the ass.
Myself, and it would give me more time to write more reviews, and you know, really to.
And that's your emotion about beer expressing itself in words.
Yeah, that's what the best part of it.
That's your poetry.
I can tweak the format and the code to get it where I want it, but it'll get there. But I do think, to your point, you know, I mean, they do mention the fact that it could write novels and write movie scripts and stuff. Do I think that it will be able to do that as well as people do? I don't think so. It may in some cases. I know that when you have conversations with it, I mean, sometimes it's freaky just how human.
Here's the thing, right? It's not everything, and correct me if I'm wrong, right? So everything I know, I'm putting into this sentence, on the statement, or whatever. So correct me if I'm wrong, if you know better. I'm not sure, but everything AI knows came from a human at
Yes.
some point.
It's logarithms. It's all programmed.
It is
Humans wrote the code,
logarithms?
and most of it, what it's
Logger rooms. Yeah, there you go.
yeah, logarithm rhythms. But
Logger room rhythms. That's
most
the
of
new
what it
song.
does is it searches the internet and finds information, and then it organizes it in a fashion that, okay, so you ask it a question, and rather than just an internet search that returns 100 answers, it takes those 100 answers, finds the ones that are usually found most useful by readers, and it takes that information and puts it into a human type conversational response rather than just a search result, right? And it can't think. That's like, I had this big argument with my son 2 weeks ago because he's like, it's going to be Skynet, it's going to kill us all. It's like, but son, you have to, in the meantime, people that embrace it are going to be the ones that are going to get ahead of you at work. And you can save, if you, like my entire team now, I've got them taking these courses, because if you can be the ones that are on top of it, then you're going to be in the driver's seat, right?
Sure.
And I hope that the goal eventually, to Dave's point earlier, is that instead of working 40 hours a week, we're working 30 hours a week or 20 hours a week, right? And it's reducing some of these repetitive tasks, and it's doing a lot of things, like even like, that it's used in quality control, like at a brewery. You could have it monitoring the bottling line or the canning line, and if it sees anomalies
or it can even monitor
packaging, it'll shut the line down.
It can monitor ABV and SRM.
Yeah, things like you could
control the temperature.
It actually is broadly used in financial transactioning today to monitor for anomalies in your credit card usage, right? In a lot of cases, that's how they pick fraud up, because you've never spent $5,000 at a Dick's Sporting Goods store in Fargo, North Dakota. Well, because you never go to sporting goods stores. You've never been in Fargo.
Well, when I shop at Dick's, I always go to the one in Fargo.
Yeah, but it picks,
favorite by far.
But you bring up a great point, Guru. Is it only knows what we teach it?
Yes.
Right. There's this great example out there, and I forget which company it was. They put out almost a chat GBT. They were trying to compete with chat GBT, and the trolls on the internet abused it. And by the time they were done with it, it was the most homicidal, racist son of a bitch that you could ever come across, because they trained it to be intentionally just to tear it down, and to prove that, no, humans are still in control. Humans are still in control of these things. But, my point still goes back to, it should be a tool for us to take out those mundane tasks, to free us up for those artistic endeavors, those creative endeavors, and the things that we find joy in, and the things we find love in. John, put up Doug's last comment, because we haven't done that yet. Because I want to say something here.
The AI Tiki cocktail cards are really for me. I posted some, and a few I vocal members.
I don't know what he means by that, but the I thing. And I followed
members crucified him there.
And I followed this, and the thing is, that's the whole thing. And this has nothing to do with AI. You do something that's just for you, and you put it out into social media.
Right.
You're going to get haters. You're going to get crucified, AI or not.
Correct.
That had nothing to do with AI, because people will look at it, and if it's good, you're going to get jealousy. If it's bad, you're going to get haters. We are a society of trolls on the internet, because we're so brave behind our anonymous keyboards that we can do this to other people. So if you have something you take joy in, and it's for you, keep it. I'm not saying keep it to yourself, but don't throw it out there in social media where it can be shredded, and your feelings can be hurt, because it's going to happen every fucking time. It's going to happen every time.
I don't care about stuff like that, and I'm sure Doug doesn't either. If I will put stuff out there, if people don't like it, they can go fuck themselves, right? That's
I put out
if
there
you don't
what I
like
want to
it,
put out there. If
then
somebody doesn't like it,
move
they don't
on,
like it.
right?
Somebody's
Move on.
gonna
Something else.
it's a yin and a yang to everything, right?
Yeah, there's
Somebody's
people
gonna
that
like it.
will like it.
Somebody's
too.
not gonna like it.
But
And
I
I
get
think,
cater to both. So.
yeah,
And frankly,
funny.
I can't stand the haters, the trolls, the automatic negative Nellies out there.
Yep.
They're just going to tear down everything. But I
You know, most oddly enough, to your point though, Dave, most Nellies I know aren't negative. It's weird.
that's true. So Nelly at Otto's Shrunken Head, she's fantastic.
Great.
She's a
She's a great
positive.
person.
Well,
She really is.
yeah.
But then you get those people that are just everything's positive, everything's rosy. Oh, you're such a wonderful person. Thank you for sharing. It's like, oh, shut up.
Yeah.
That's going to both extremes.
Yeah, I think you need to be discriminating, and
Yeah.
but you need to be fair.
Well, that's why when I read reviews, like when I go and there's reviews and it's the ones I discard, the 5s I discard. I want to read the 3s. The 3s are your honest
The
reviews.
2s, the 3s, and the 4s. Yeah.
Yeah,
Really
those-
quick though. I just want to catch up a couple of things. Chris Weiser said, like KCBC was talking about all the recipes and everything else. Now we had Tony on the show last December.
Yeah.
Great guy. Love some of the beers that they brew there. Love a lot of the beers that they
I
brew
do
there.
too. Yeah,
But there are some.
There are some, but look, you know what? Not to single out KCBC. There's a lot of breweries that do that.
and
That's
You
again,
gotta hop and call it something else.
is it the brewery or is it because we as consumers want?
It's for the consumer. It's 100.
And the thing
We
is, also,
demand it, right?
I'll correct you there, John. It's not a we. The 3 of us are not in that pool. It's a they. But the thing is, we can't hate the theys for doing that because those theys that do, love these. Okay, I just changed one hop in this goddamn beer, and they line up for it when they can release it. They're keeping some of these breweries open.
Yeah, well, I get, and that's, but again, that's back to the buying habits of the public, right?
Yeah.
But even in my example earlier of Gary's, now I can't get Gary's here, but if I could, would that be the only beer I ever drank was Gary's?
I'll grab someone in Maine and get it to you.
That'd be cool. But would I not drink different beers? I would still be drinking different beers because that's what we do, right?
That's what we do. That's what we do.
So it's
Yeah,
kind
but
of
like we're not, and not to point fingers at macro lager drinkers, right? By any means, but Bud drinkers are going to drink nothing but Bud.
Yeah.
Heineken drinkers are going to drink nothing but Heineken.
And you know what? You've got to admire the loyalty. Actually,
that's the other extreme. Yep.
Right.
But
It's a different drinkership, and
It's
that
not
was a
good.
word that we quoted. Drinkership was a word that we quoted. Okay, that's
Yeah,
a
we'll use
lager
it.
guy's word. Drinkership is on there. Absolutely. So, couple things. The reason I changed it back.
Drinkership was one of yours, actually.
It was one of mine, right? Brian Boak said, "I thought this was a beer show. Did I change channels?" So I brought it back. We brought it back.
No, Brian, you're just drunk.
Just to be clear, every reference to
What you're
AI
listening
is,
to, have you heard?
every reference to AI is ale intelligence. So we are talking about beer. It's just like in a kind of indirect way.
Exactly. And Doug Smith said, "Very local, not I local."
Very low.
Right? He probably missed the V, put ERY, and it changed to I. That's what it said.
Yeah.
And then he said he found the haters amusing. It actually makes him laugh. And then Chris Wesner said beer and labels for the what have you done for me lately kind of thing.
Yep.
All right. I'm almost finished with my Scotch ale. This was, you know what? I feel bad that yours was pennies. I really do, because this was delicious, and this is one of my favorite. This is one of my favorite holiday beers because I love a good Scotch ale.
I love
Really
Schlafly. Schlafly makes one of the few pumpkin ales that I don't actually detest.
Right.
But I'm already stealing myself for this year's pumpkin show.
There you go. I know. So I'm sure you're going to have I'm sure you're going to have what's going to get you through the show. Well, that's all. So.
Well, yes, I probably will.
Exactly. John and I are going to have fun on the show. I know that.
Yes.
Oh, I'll have my fun.
Yeah. At our expenses. Is that what it is?
No, you'll see. Just like I did last year. I'm already lining up what drinking vessels I will use. Vessels is a loose terminology.
Well, I'm sure you're gonna use the one glass with the you had it on, you used it on the show a couple weeks ago.
The goblin
one
glass?
The goblin glass.
My orc glass. It's actually an orc.
Orc, yeah.
No, because that particular vessel is actually meant for alcoholic spirits. Remember what I did last year?
I see what you did there.
Last year, I think my favorite one was the one where I drank out of the measuring cup.
You drank out of the measuring cup, yes, you did.
So
I'm opening my fifth. I'm opening it because I think
it's funny because we knew that Staradumsky would go to 5. There's a possibility I could go 5. Earlier today, John tells me, "No, I'm cutting it off at 4."
Nope.
And I still on 3, but this one is outstanding.
Yeah,
with 6 months on it, so it's just
mine. Okay.
Well, you can't just put that one down. I mean, that's what was it, 13.9 or was it 13.9?
But it's
my 13%. This is a sipper. I don't chug this.
Booze and bright fruit. It's really great. Candied fruit.
Bright fruit. It did well on its SAT.
It did.
It did well on its SAT.
Yeah.
Gotta love it. Let me take my obligatory picture here.
You can also use the word compulsory.
Compulsory picture. There we go.
I think the word that you used to use that was wrong. I think you were going for compulsory.
I may have been. I forget which word. It's sort of an A, I think. But in any event, I opened my fifth, and my fifth is, to John's point before, German holiday ales. I think we did a German holiday ale show last year. I believe we did.
I think we may have something along those lines.
Yeah, I thought we did.
I think we did. And my fifth beer is just that. It's a 2025 Delicator. There you go.
The Hofbrau
Delicator. And the reason I'm doing this is because the next show that John's going to be on with us. Okay, this is obviously my last beer of the evening. I don't have any more. I have plenty of beer up here. It's not cold. I'm not drinking it. So, the reason I did this is because the next show that John's on is going to be a German beer show of sorts. We'll leave it at that. So
of sorts. This one could be interesting from what I've been led to believe.
Yes, should be interesting. We'll have a German brewery on the show with us. It'll be the 3 of us and a German brewery. So we'll leave it at that. And it might be in September, so there might be a theme. What's a German? What
do the Germans do in September?
The Germans.
I think they brew beers with adjuncts in them.
I think, yeah, that's what it is.
That's what it is.
Hey, they throw Reinheitsgebot out the window and go to town.
Rice in the beer. Yes.
What was it? 2 months ago, one of these days it'll happen on Tuesday, where it'll fall on Beer Abomination Day.
Oh my God, that beer's so good.
I have one in the fridge. I really do, and it was going to go into the cycle for this beer for this show. And I said, no, I'm not going to throw it in there. I do have a fifth put aside. We'll see if I get through this to open my fifth to see if I'm really going to test this or not. And Brian, to your point, John took his before the show. So I don't know if you were listening at the beginning of the show, but John already took his morning.
And he said John wants to test out the lemon drink.
Or are you saying that he's just really pushing it to the limit? I think that's what
that's what he's saying. I'm pushing it to the limit. Yeah, he was on from the beginning because he was one of the first comments. So. Yeah, he had already commented when I took mine. So,
this is true.
100%. Yeah. So, hey, you know what? I'll find out tomorrow morning, and I will let the 2 of you know, and everyone else as well, because I'm going to write a little something. So, but yeah,
I will be probably not. I didn't really drink a new beer tonight, but the next time I drink a new beer, I will try another one and incorporate it into a review, as I did with the one that I had before and was honest about it, and we'll do the same. I'm hoping it's with all the positivity about it. So Dave's got to do one. Whenever he gets to his last beer, he's
do it at the end. Yeah.
I gotta do what?
You gotta drink a morning recovery.
Oh yeah. We'll see. I don't know if I'll do it at the end of this one or if I go to my fifth.
Gotcha. Okay.
It depends if we continue to gab or not.
Brian just texted me. Yes, Brian, I will definitely text you in the morning and let you know how it was. So.
We'll put it up on.
I'm gonna write a little article. I'll write it tomorrow and actually put it up tomorrow. But
I'm just gonna post up in the locker room, guys.
I'll put a post up as well. But I'm gonna write a little review about it. And we're gonna have these guys on the show too. We're gonna have more laughs on the show.
Either to applaud them or to just say, dude, seriously, what the fuck? What is this snake oil that you're pushing? One way or another.
Good.
From what I've heard, literally from people that I know that have taken it, it works well. So we'll find it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're all the people that work for the company.
No,
I'm joking.
literally none of them. Zero.
So we know. We already said at the top of the show, the guru went online, looked at all the reviews.
And the reviews I saw did not. I mean, you can discern. First of all, you see all this shit imported from China, and they send you stuff, and you get something that shows up at your front door. Hey, give it a great review on Amazon, and we'll send you something else for free. You know, I don't think that's the case here. What the sense I got from the people that reviewed it was they were a bunch of drunks, and there's nobody you can trust more about a hangover prevention cure or medicine than a bunch of drunks. So
That's about the only thing you can trust them about, I think.
100%.
Honestly, these people were talking about how they drank 3 to 5 times a week or 6 to 7 times a week, and they were tired of feeling hungover.
8 or 9 times a day. I mean,
yeah. So one guy was talking about breakfast beers and drinking all day and then trying it and
breakfast beers, toilet beers, shower beers.
Yeah,
you gotta have your shower beer.
You can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning. So yeah. But I mean,
there's never been a truer statement than that one, right?
Yeah. So I don't think they were phony reviews. I think they were. But hey, we will know tomorrow. So
it's funny. There's one time I had posted up when Beer Samurai was not a page, but actually a persona on Facebook, and I had posted up a toilet beer. I was on the toilet drinking a beer. And this one person replied back, "That's absolutely disgusting. You're on the toilet drinking this. There's poo in the air. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, blah 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 blah." I'm like, well, let's hear it for the guy who actually wears a filtered mask when he takes a shit, because of course it's not in the air whatsoever. If it's in the air to get in your damn beer, it's going into your damn nose. So really, what's the difference between sitting on the can without a beer or sitting on the can with a beer? The difference is, I've got a beer. So I didn't understand the comment.
Well, there's that.
Yeah, the Germans have a term for that. It's called Scheissenbach. Not to be confused.
Scheissenbach. That translates to shit goat.
True. But,
and a female shit goat at that.
They drink all these beers that are called goat anyway. So what's the difference, right?
There's a double goat.
Yep,
there's a double goat.
There's a wheat goat.
There's a wheat goat. And there's a dark goat.
And a dark goat.
And a pale goat. And
a dark wheat goat, too.
And a dark wheat goat, yes.
And a goat. Yeah.
Lots of goats.
A lot of goats happening there.
And they're all the greatest of all time.
Yeah, and they all have Tom Brady on the label.
All of them.
Every one of them.
Says, yes. And we look over Mr. Staradumsky's right shoulder. We see what he means by goat.
Goat, yes.
So I will give you this. They asked Eli Manning not too long ago. I was watching a video.
Prepare yourself, Guru.
No. He said they wanted him to blind rank these 5 NFL quarterbacks. Okay, these 5. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was five NFL quarterbacks. So, and so the first one was Kurt Warner.
Okay,
that's what it was. 5 NFL Super Bowl winning quarterbacks. That's what it was. And he said the first one they gave him was Kurt Warner, and he says, old teammate of his, obviously with the Giants, blah 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 blah. He put him right in the middle because he didn't know where to go, so boom, threw him a 3. Okay. The second one they gave was Drew Brees, and he put Drew Brees at 4
out of 5.
Out of 5.
I agree with that. That's
all right. All right. Mm-hmm. Then the third one they gave.
No, I mean, can you get a fiercer competitor?
No, he always scared me when we played the Saints. So, I mean,
undersized quarterback. Whose heart was bigger than his damn body.
Yeah. He was good. He was accurate. He could throw deep. He was good.
Look, these are the top 5, right? So none of them are bad, right? If they're giving him these, right?
They won
Eli's top 5s, right? So yeah. So he had Kurt Warner at 3. He had Drew Brees at 4. The third one they threw at him was his brother, was Peyton. And he said, number one. Big bro's number one. So he put him at 1, right? And then the fourth one they threw at him was him. They said Eli Manning. And he didn't hesitate. Even less than he hesitated with less than he didn't hesitate with his brother. He said 5. Put me at 5. There you go. And then the fourth and the fifth one they gave him was Brady, and he put Brady. Brady was
Brady
2,
had to be number 2.
He had his 5 at that point was Peyton, Brady, Kurt Warner, Drew Brees, and Eli.
Though did Peyton ever go through Brady to get to the Super Bowl?
No,
just
both
once.
times. Both times.
Both times. So the Manning brothers
Both times he won.
Brady.
Both times he won.
Brady beat.
But so
Brady
many times
beat
he
Manning
lost.
Quite a few more times than.
Well, yeah, I mean, they met most of the time, and
Eli, you got to be fair to
Peyton,
Eli. He had our number, right? He beat us, and
well, what did Brady say when Eli retired? He said, "Congratulations on your retirement. I just wish you hadn't won so many Super Bowls." Which was just a class. That was some class from Drew. And the thing is, if you're not for those people who weren't Patriots fans, the Brady hating, I think, was unwarranted. I get it. It's jealousy. It's just like the Messi haters, right? The people that were, and I'm not even going to talk about the incident afterwards that proved that Argentina, classless at the end of the World Cup. But you always get the haters. Yeah, Jersey John won a lot of money from that. But you always get these players that are the GOATs, right? When more time passes, every fan of football will eventually identify the fact that Brady was the GOAT. Brady is probably the greatest quarterback in NFL history. It'll be forgotten that he had an O-line that didn't allow people to touch him.
Except for 2 Super Bowls.
Except for 2 Super Bowls.
I'm not saying that as a Giants fan. I'm just saying that's reality.
No, I mean it's fair.
Yeah, as reality. But all the things around him, bad or negative, will be forgotten, and you'll look at his legacy. You'll look at
The
what
greatest
he was
coach of
able
all
to do.
time. Belichick is, to me, again, I'm biased, but in the modern era.
So am I. I agree with you. The first 2 Super Bowls he won were our first 2 Super Bowls.
But
I'm sorry. I think Chuck Noll may have been one of the best ever.
Look,
the
top 3.
If you look at the game today and all of how many teams today accept the ball in the first half? They defer it because they want the ball in the second half, right? And who was the first team ever to do that? The Patriots under Belichick. And that's just one example of the many things he did to change the game. The guy got a bad rap. I think, with the whole Spygate thing was a bunch of bullshit. Should he have done it? No, he shouldn't have done it. But was it as bad as Bountygate and Sean Payton paying players to injure players? No. But nobody cared about that because the Saints weren't winning, right? So people were after Belichick, and I just think the NFL gave him he should have got a job after. I think Bob Kraft gave him a hard time, but you know what? I think it was the perfect storm in New England. You had a lot of great players. You had a great front office that put a great team together, and that helped Brady. But then he went to Tampa, and he won there. He won a Super Bowl there too.
Look, here's my thing, and I've said this to you before, John. I've said this. All right, you talk about Brady, Belichick. What was winning? Okay, here's the thing: Brady won again because he found another Belichick in Bruce Arians.
Yeah.
Okay. Belichick didn't win again because he didn't find another Brady. They needed each other to win.
Yeah, they did. And it was that goes back to the perfect storm. So many other, there was so many great players on it. That team was stacked with.
There's other extenuating.
But to make Guru's point here and back him up a little bit with Belichick, even though I don't like to do so, the thing about Belichick as a coach. If you came to New England, you played for Belichick. You didn't play for yourself. You played for Belichick
Yeah.
because you knew if you played for Belichick and you did what Belichick told you to do, you'd have a ring,
Do your job.
possibly more.
That was the theme. Do your job, right?
No more.
Not for you, for the team and the fans.
No more evident than when you had a bad boy wide receiver who would basically, the Vikings were sick and fucking tired of his goddamn attitude. He shows up in New England.
Yeah.
Randy Moss. And Belichick goes, we'll sign you, but you do what I tell you. And if you don't do what I tell you, you sit. I don't care who the hell.
I got to remember, you got to remember the first 2 Super Bowls that Belichick won, this was what he was wearing. Okay.
Yeah. But let's get back to what I was talking about. Before John's going self-serving here. I agree with you.
No, you're not a Giants fan by any means.
I am, and I'm trying to not be a Giants fan here for a second and give Guru his due that Belichick would take
these. Guru his due every day. But the Patriots were a fantastic team for
these bad boys. He would take these bad boys, and he would make them comply to the system, and they would fit. Yeah. And he turned these selfish, egotistic bastards into players that could fit into his system. And I think that was the genius of Belichick.
The best. Well, look at it this way: the position players, right? The skill players, if you will, right? The best wide receiver for Brady's entire run with the Patriots that the Patriots ever had was Randy Moss, and he didn't win a Super Bowl.
Right.
He won 18 regular season games. He won 18. Right. He won 18 regular season and playoff games, but didn't win the Super Bowl. So,
and a great season.
A fantastic season. Absolutely.
5 or 6 touchdowns in a game.
So the Super Bowls, my point being, it's not a Giants sly or anything like that. My point being is the best skill player that Tom Brady ever had to work with was not one of the ones he won a Super Bowl with. That's my point.
Yeah.
So,
but now to jump on John's bandwagon, Belichick came out of the Parcells system.
Yes.
As a lot of successful coaches did. That farm. What coaches did that the Parcells farm create, Johnny? Other than Belichick?
So many. Well, obviously Tom Coughlin came from Bill Belichick, from Bill Parcells. Bill Belichick. Whatchamacallit? Al Groh, Roman, but not Roman. Who was a ton? I mean,
John right now is proving that drinking this before you drink does not keep you from getting drunk.
But don't forget, Parcells came out of the Parcells system, and he was a Patriots coach, and he was never.
And I guarantee you that if John had not had the beers he's had, he would be able to list every one of these things, every one of these coaches I'm talking about like that. So we have proven that morning recovery is not going to keep you from getting drunk while you're drinking.
True.
So that's the first.
It's not memory recovery; it's morning recovery. So we'll have to.
No, you're right. No, I mean Bill Belichick, Sean Payton, Tom Coughlin, Tony Sparano.
And the thing is, John.
And I always try to make this point: when Peyton Manning, the season that he went out and had to get knee surgery and was out for a year, Tony Dungy and the Colts sucked. They couldn't do anything right. I forget what their record was, but it was like something like 4-12, or it was some horrible thing. The year Brady went out and was taken down, and we had Matt Castle as our backup. Now, granted, we had Randy Moss that year, right? So, but we went 11-5. We didn't make the playoffs as an anomaly. It was a fluke.
Yeah, that was weird.
But that is coaching, right? The difference between a coach that can recover from losing your star quarterback and still be a playoff contender, and Dungy, who team fell apart without Payton.
Hold on.
No. But here's the difference.
Wait. Hold on. No, seriously.
John, can I fucking talk for half a? Why do you always have to be the person that talks? Tony Dungy, and I know we're talking sports, so you're the expert, and I'm not. But Tony Dungy had a career afterwards as an analyst. Belichick did not, because he had an 18-year-old girlfriend.
Right, yeah, no, I get it. That's a totally different matter.
If I didn't know you were going to say that, I would have shut my mouth.
Exactly, that's why I stopped you.
Yeah, that's like insane. I get it, but
to your point, Guru, And I'm waiting for. Here's the thing. Brian before said I thought this was a beer show. Did I change the channel? Not on this conversation. He's fine with this one. So
it's fine. And here's the thing. Usually, I will get on John's case when he turns into a sports show. I'm the one who did it this time.
There you go. Well, all I was going to say was to your point, Guru. Parcells, same thing, right? With Belichick, Phil Simms, probably the second best quarterback the Giants have ever had.
Mm-hmm.
All right, fantastic quarterback. Very, very, very underrated.
Down injured.
Great comment.
Very underrated. Very underrated quarterback.
Yeah.
Very underrated quarterback. Goes down, and the backup quarterback comes in, and the Giants win the Super Bowl. Okay, so same.
But the thing is, I will temper your statement with the fact that the Giants that year, those years, they were all about the defense.
Oh, it was, of course. It was.
The offense's job was
well,
to
the
not lose
Patriots
the
were.
game.
We were defense too. I mean, another thing Belichick gave was going for it.
There were a lot more offense than the Giants ever were.
No, but defense. Belichick defense was a huge part of our success over the years.
It was, but you had a more effective offense than the Giants did with Gronkowski.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. But
so I opened my fifth to get back to beer.
Go back to beer. There we go. What is it? Mad freaking elf. There we go.
Because we are going to test this motherfucker tonight.
There we go.
What's the ABV on that?
11%.
11.
Now,
ratchet it down a little bit.
It's 11%. It I'm going back like 10 plus years.
And this is 2024.
Mad Elf used to be 11.3%.
Yes.
I remember that used to be 11.3%. But it's 11%. And we mentioned it before. This beer, look, it's a fantastic beer. I love Trogs. I love that beer. That beer needs a year. Okay. And this is what I do every year. I buy a 6-pack and I put it away. And then I take out the 6-pack I bought the year before and I drink that.
What about the Grand Cru? You think that needs a year too or two?
No. I mean, it's very delicious.
Well, it already
year,
has.
You can drink it
because it already has age built in.
It already has age.
Yeah.
That's fair. I've got some of each, and actually, I have a Mad Elf right here, but it's not. I'm not going to drink it tonight. But
you're still on your fourth, right?
Yeah, I've got
third.
Yeah, third. Oh,
third.
How many of these? Or if you count the morning recovery, but yeah.
How many of these shows have we done where we have gone more beers than Guru?
Very few. But to be fair, he's drinking a 13.9% barley wine.
I drank a 13 and others an 11. So
I am savoring it because it's so good too.
Well, no, that's why he's savoring the beer. And now it's gone, and he's about to open his fourth.
And now it's gone. Because guys have convinced me. And while I'm gone, Dave, I want you to ask Copilot a question because I just want to hear it say, "I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do
that." So Copilot's nickname is Hal.
Hal, yeah.
I see what he did there. And of course, he directed it to me because the main character in 2001 was Dave. I'm sorry, Dave. And that was such a cold, ice cold voice that Hal used. You know where Hal got its name from?
Where did Hal get his name from?
Take every letter in Hal, each of the 3 letters in Hal, and advance it 1 point in the alphabet. And what do you come up with? Were you sober enough to do that?
IBM.
Go forward?
IBM.
IBM. Oh, IBM,
yeah, that was not a coincidence.
I never had heard that, but that makes.
Oh, you never heard that before?
No.
Yeah, that I think 2001 Arthur C. Clarke wrote that as a cautionary tale.
Well, that's a good thing. What are you drinking there, Guru?
Well, he's not drinking yet. He's pouring it.
What are you pouring there, Guru?
One of my favorites, which I haven't had in Christmas in July yet because I wanted to drink it on the show.
Yes, it's true.
It is St. Bernardus Christmas Ale.
I love
that's a beautiful thing.
Beer.
Which is
in a St. Bernardus chalice.
It's comparable, I think, to Westy, right?
It's very comparable. And there's my St. Bernardus chalice right there.
It's not just comparable to Westy. St. Bernardus 12 is what St. Bernard's 12 is Westy.
but a hell of a lot cheaper and more accessible. I mean, I've had that one in
Yes.
bars and crowlers and cans and bottles, and you know, you don't have to fight to get it. So.
Here I'm going to go into some gravitas here. Which bragging, straight up fucking bragging. I've had it on tap, poured for me in proper glassware, standing on the roof overlooking the hop fields in Fateau at their brewery. And it's just so phenomenal there. But the thing is, what's great is when you're at the brewery, when you're at St. Bernardus and you're drinking there, and you talk about St. Bernardus ABT, they will tell you the whole story of their tie-in with St. Sixtus.
Yes.
And how during World War II, a lot of things that went down, they had to kind of like join forces, and they're kind of the bastions for each other, where they're protecting each other. And, you know, so if St. Sixtus had gotten hit and went down, St. Bernardus could have used what the monks used, recipes, and the beer would have survived. So St. Sixtus was never hit, unlike some of the other places, because there was really nothing of strategy out there, except the fact that it was actually World War I that was more of a problem out there with all the trenches. The trenches went through that whole area right there.
Sure.
If you get out into that area, you can't drive. You drive to any road and there's arrows pointing you to this cemetery, that cemetery, and you know all the different nationalities that fought there. We visited the American cemetery while we're out there. It's really humbling. But the collaboration between St. Bernardus and St. Sixtus was to make sure that the beer survived. And it's an amazing story. I can't do it justice sitting here, at, 4.5 beers in. But, you know, if you ever get a chance, I mean, it's well off. It's well outside of anything. You know, you need a car to get out there. You know, if you're in Brussels, you're in Bruges, it's not that close to any of them. You've got to get out there. You got to drive. It is worth getting out there, and you're right near the French border. So, go into France, drink in France if you need to. There's actually, believe it or not, there's good beer in France.
Yeah, there's some. Yeah.
There's some. We went to L'Enfant Terrible. There's some really damn good beer there. I'll tell you that. But it's, you know, they honor at the brewery at St. Bernardus their relationship with St. Sixtus. I know that St. Sixtus does the same thing. So when you are drinking ABT 12, you really are kind of drinking Westvleteren 12.
Yeah, I mean, haven't had them both.
They're very similar.
It's a very similar beer.
It's very similar.
There's not a lot of difference between the two of them. And to be honest with you, as you said, Guru, you can get ABT 12
here
anywhere.
And the Christmas is close to that. And
Christmas is very close to ABT 12.
I had the Abbott 12 I can still get here. I paid $75 for a single of the 12, the Westy 12 from Craft Shack years ago. I got a 4-pack cans of St. Bernardus Christmas sale for $11.99 at Total Wine right down the street, right?
Right.
So, I mean, you have to look at not just the quality. Quality's great, but if I can't get it, if I can never get it and I got to pay through the nose for it,
what's the
that's
point?
$300 for 4.
And what's interesting, even if you're in Belgium, you're paying through the nose for it.
Yeah.
We were in Ghent, and Kerry hadn't had any of the Westies. And we're at the Trollekelder. If you're ever in Ghent, go to the Trollekelder. Seriously, hopefully the Wizard will be there.
Of Oz?
No, not of Oz, the Wizard of Kent. There's this guy there that just
The Wonderful Wizard of Kent.
Yes.
because
beer. But yeah, there's this guy who
He
straight up looked like a friggin' wizard. But at any rate, we go there, and so I go in. I'm talking to the bartender. I'm like, I said, okay, we're from the U.S. We're going to do the whole American bullshit thing while we're here, and I know this is what we do. I know this is going to cost, but my girl hasn't had all the Westies. I want 2 of each of them right now. Bring them out.
But you have.
Yes.
So you wanted them anyway.
Yes.
All right. There you go.
Well, to drink with, and so we drank through them, and then that was great. It was phenomenal. And then a couple of days later, we went out to St. Bernardus. And maybe it's because of the surroundings, maybe because of the food that they had as well. It was great drinking the Westies, all 3 of the Westies there, Trollokelder. But being out in Fatou, Fatou, I don't know how to actually pronounce that. Fatou. Fatu. But being there, I just think maybe the environment made it. But what we had there, I think we really enjoyed ourselves. I think our palates enjoyed themselves more there than drinking all the Westies at Trollokelder. Despite the fact that the Wizard was there.
The wonderful Wizard of Ghent.
Speaking of the Wizard of Ghent, where the hell is Tom?
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of the Wizard.
Let me see if he messaged
He must be quite busy.
He has not, yeah. Right. Let's see.
Oh, Boke just called me fat.
Who?
Boke just called me fat.
Let's take some.
He's not inaccurate, but
He said, "Fat you." There you
yeah,
go.
thanks, Brian.
And
I know.
Doug said, "St. Bernardus is every bit as good as Westy. 100% is."
That is the point we're making here.
Yeah.
And I would pay what I did for Westy again to have it again, but would I do it every day? No.
No.
Glad
I've
did.
had a couple. I've actually had a couple that were brought back for me from Amsterdam, and they were fantastic. I've had it here before too, but
the whole thing about Westy is Westy. Everyone make a big deal about Westy because it's so fucking hard to get. It is,
Yes.
and that's great. But if you put a Westy 12 up against an ABT, you're.
It's not. There's not that big of a difference that you need to seek it out. So,
No.
Brian said, "Why, Mike?
Why?
Why a tittle?" There you go.
Back to the Giants.
Yeah, and by the way, quick. Why a tittle? You both know who why a tittle is, right? What does YA stand for?
You're an asshole.
You're an asshole. There
Well, that urine. Well, that'd be a you, wouldn't it? Urine.
You're an asshole.
Urine.
Yeah, you're an asshole.
Youngling Ale.
Yingling Ale.
Oh, Yingling Ale. I like that one better.
Yeah. Yelberton Abraham.
He was
Went to high
Jewish.
school.
Yelberton Abraham Tittle was why Tittle. Yelberton Abraham.
At any rate.
Anyway.
We drank a lot of Youngling Ale.
Exactly. Who drank a lot of Yingling Ale, right? Brian's dad worked for IBM for 34 years, and he said his 4th beer is his English mild. He doesn't have our special elixir. Right. And then he also said, "Thanks for getting back to beer," he said. Chris Weisner said, "It's not supposed to be. It's supposed to make you avoid the hangover the next day, which is the elixir. That's why I put it there."
Yeah.
Doug earlier said, "Shit goat beer." There you go. What's not to like? Scheitzenbach. Scheitzenbach. Yeah. And then
We're
he
not
also
ask Warsteiner to brew one when they come on the show.
when we come on the show, we'll ask him. And then he also said, "We should. We'll definitely do that."
Yeah.
And he said, "So Don Shula winning with Earl Morrell when Bob Greasy went down
Spell greasy wrong.
and went Bob Grease. That's Grease.
Grease.
Well, no, he probably put Greasy in there and
Autocorrected.
autocorrect changed it to Grease. Went down and went 17-0. The only perfect season. That's coaching, 100%.
It's actually defense.
Yeah.
That
It was
not-
defense. It was defense, and it was also
Not as many games.
Mercury Morris,
and
and Larry Zonka.
and not as competitive a league in those days.
100%.
Yeah, there was that too.
I think that if you look at the Patriots did, they didn't go 19-0, but they went 18-0. So that's one more win in the season than they had in their perfect season. And the longer you go,
18-1.
the tougher, 18-1, but we won 18 games straight in the season, right?
Yeah,
It is
but
tougher
you
'cause,
lost. But
you know,
the season is a whole season, and you lost one.
but that's
And
still more wins than
Well, look at this
17.
way. Hell, okay. Well, here's the thing: the Patriots went 18
it's
and
not
1.
a perfect season.
The Patriots went 18 and 1.
It's not a perfect season.
It's
It's
not.
a perfect regular season.
The
And
Patriots went 18 and 1 and lost the Super Bowl.
yes, correct.
The Giants
Absolutely.
the first Super Bowl the Giants won in 86, 87, 86 season. They went 17 and 2, same amount of games, and won the Super Bowl. So there you have it.
Totally fair.
Anyway, away from football, what's next? You have no more hot takes, right?
There's no more hot takes. I need a quick bio break, so talk amongst yourselves for 1 second.
Discuss
And
amongst yourselves.
Discuss amongst yourselves. I'll give you a topic. Eggplant, neither an egg nor a plant. Discuss.
Yeah, I did that the other day when I posted my other half egg cream stout. An egg cream contains neither eggs nor cream. Discuss amongst yourselves, right? So, yeah.
The whole thing.
Linda, what was her name from Saturday Night Live? That was Michael Myers' character, right?
Perhaps, but eggplant. The whole thing with eggplant started off with George Carlin. Are you egg and a plant? Are you an egg or are you a plant? Make up your mind and come back to me.
Well, I think Myers did it with Rhode Island, actually, and said, Rhode Island, neither a road or an island. Discuss amongst yourselves.
Neither one.
Yeah.
I've never understood how it got its name. And then it took that shame of not understanding of that name not making any sense, and it passed it on to a poor chicken.
A red rooster. Yeah.
The Rhode Island Red. When I was a kid, we had a small farm, and we did have Rhode Island Reds. We had Rhode Island Reds. We had Leghorns. I did name one of them Foghorn, even though the rooster we had the Leghorn was the rooster was a Leghorn, so I named him Foghorn. Of course, I say, kid. We also had a pullet. It was black. And a pullet's just a type of chicken. It's not a breed of chicken. A pullet's just this pullet would just sit on any goddamn egg that we had there. And that rooster would get out all the time. And there was no one that could catch that rooster except me for some reason, because it's mostly because I felt put out and I was pissed off at it. So, when you're pissed off at something, there's no quarter. So everyone's trying to catch this rooster and be nice about it. I was not nice about it. I just knocked the thing in. I'd knock it into the dirt, grab it, just pick it up, and just throw it back into the coop.
Brutal.
Yeah, you had to be brutal.
I'll say.
You had to. It was coffee talk. That's
and then Brian Bogue just said, "Love Foghorn Lake."
There you go. But yeah, we had one of those. So.
Doug Smith said,
we also had
perfect field population 1 dolphin. He said,
"Yeah, he's not wrong." We also had 2 sheep on that farm, Buckle and Buttercup.
Buckle and Buttercup. There you go.
Yeah, Buttercup was the lipstick lesbian, and Buckle was the diesel.
Lipstick lesbian?
Well, there was just the 2 females, and they had nothing else to do except kind of
each other.
Yeah, pretty much. So, and it was funny because there's one time. So my sister's father, my stepfather, he was like really kind of inept. He envisioned himself.
You should preface that as your half sister's father, because by saying your sister's father,
you're right. He was kind of inept, and he kind of envisioned himself as this like frontiersman and all this, but it was just so bad. We actually had a collie at the time, and the collie had this enclosure, and the sheep had their enclosure. One time the sheep got out. I'm on crutches. I had broken my ankle. Broken's not the right word. I had shattered the fuck out of my ankle by jumping off of a roof. Don't ask me.
He had been talking to Camp Scatterbo earlier in the week, and it just...
Yeah, we were like, can you jump off of this? Yeah, I can jump off it. So I'm on crutches. And
actually, I guess it would have been Camp Scatterbo's father that you were talking to.
Maybe grandfather. But the sheep had gotten out, and I'm looking through the window. I'm looking at my mom and my stepdad trying to get the sheep back into their enclosure. And like, these two are fucking idiots. And I go downstairs on my crutches. Mom's like, how are you going to help? And I won't go over to the dog enclosure, and I opened it up, and the collie just herds the sheep right back into where they're supposed to be. And Mom was like, we never trained him to do that. Like, you don't need to. It's a collie. It's what they do. That was fun.
Yeah, it's instinctive. So yeah.
Yeah. One last thing on football. Just want to point it out too. We obviously talked about. Obviously, we're talking about the Dolphins. I mentioned Larry Zonka. I met Larry Zonka when I was a kid, back in '78. It was literally maybe
6 years after their perfect season.
No, well, yeah, but he was a member of the Giants at the time, right? And he was. It was probably about a month before the Miracle on Meadowlands, right? He was doing.
I'm not. Sorry, John. I'm going to take my second bio break.
Go ahead. You know the story. The Guru might too. Stop me if you've heard this before. So they were doing the local Chinese food place. They were doing a meet and greet. It was Joe Pisarcik, Jack Gregory, and Larry Zonka, all on Giants. And we went up there, and my father, the family, my mother, my sister, we went up and met them. And Larry Zonka actually sat at our table with us. It was Joe Pisarcik and Jack Gregory never got up off of the dais that they were on. Larry Zonka walked around and talked to everybody. He literally sat down at our table with us for about 15 minutes and just BS with me and my father. It was really cool.
That is cool.
Yeah. And then about a month later, I was actually at the game with my father. I was actually at Miracle on the Meadowlands, where Joe Pisarcik went to hand off to Larry Zonka, who had no idea he was getting the ball. And he fumbled it, and Herm Edwards picked it up for Philly and ran it in, and there we go. But you know what? As bad as that play was, that is what propelled the Giants into what they became in the 80s. Mm. So it is what it is. But anyway, I always said that I wanted to meet at some point. I wanted to get together and meet Larry Zonka and see if he remembered actually sitting down, because there was a couple of things that was talked about at the table. I'm sure he doesn't, but it would be really cool to mention it, just to see if he can recall in his memory that and say, I was the kid and blah, 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 blah. Now he looks at the gray hair. It's like, and realizes and gets pissed off at me for reminding him of how old he is.
Well, the one thing is
impact, right? That you remember is important. So it would be important to him too, right?
Sure.
So the thing is, Kalshi was wrong. They had my second bio break put at 2:30. It was actually at 2:55. So
there you go.
Those who bet on Samurai taking a second bio break at 2 hours.
And those who had Jersey Johnny taking his second bio break before Samurai, Jersey Johnny, who
just won a lot of money.
Bio break, okay,
won a lot of friggin' money,
right?
Because the odds were like 200.
And also opening my fifth beer before Samurai opens his fifth beer.
That's also there's another one.
There you go. So we just screwed over everybody today.
We done did.
Polymarket is going nuts tonight. Yeah.
All right. And then Brian Vogt just commented just now. He said, going camping at a farm this weekend in his new toy.
Is that really called camping?
All right. So, by the way, just so all of you out there watching this on Facebook and YouTube,
here's the new toy.
This is Brian's new toy. There you go.
Oh, nice.
All right.
It's not the sunglasses. It's the vehicle.
It's not the sunglasses. It's the RV behind him, right? Yeah. And those of you obviously listening to the audio podcast, it's a new RV. It's beautiful. So
it is quite. It's quite lovely.
Quite lovely. Oh, by the way, that's Brian.
That is Brian in his Coppertail. Put that back up, because Coppertail, to me, when I think Coppertail, I think of Florida, but it's Coppertail in Alexandria, Minnesota.
In Minnesota, yeah.
Oh, it's Copper Trail.
Copper Trail, not Coppertail.
Okay, I misread.
There you go.
Okay, it's a nice shirt, by the way.
Yeah, very nice shirt.
It almost makes him look good.
There you go. And he also said, "Here you go, Hilton camping."
There you go.
There you go. All right. All right. I think it's time for our top threes. What do you think?
I think it is too, because bedtime's coming.
Because it's 10 o'clock, and there we go. Okay, so and I still got to eat dinner, so there you go. So, Our top 3 list. Now, I went back and checked because we did the first half of this list, technically. Last October. It was on the Pumpkin Show last year, the 3 of us. Last year we did top 3 favorite obscure early 80s songs. So now we're going to do the rest of it. We're going to do the top 3 favorite obscure late 80s songs. So
it's 85 to 89.
So we did 80 to 84 in October. Now we're doing 85 to 89. So, John, kick us off. Your top 3 favorite obscure late 80s songs.
Let me pull up my Word file because I did some research and I had to think about it. But the first one is not one that is totally obscure, but I think it doesn't get played a lot today, and I think it deserves more attention than it gets. And it's from 1985, and it's Don Henley from Building the Perfect Beast. This is the only one of my 3 that actually was a Billboard hit. It hit number 34. So maybe that doesn't make it obscure, but it's Not Enough Love in the World. I think it's one of those songs that
It's a lovely song, yeah.
Yeah, the more as time goes by, it gets better and better. The more you hear it, it's and again, I don't think
It becomes more relevant even.
Yeah, for sure. So it's probably the least obscure of the 3 that I'm going to go over tonight.
It's funny. You said Don Henley. I was like, I started typing Dirty Laundry.
That's not obscure whatsoever.
That's not obscure. I'm like, what am I doing?
I think last time I had Don Henley too, and it was You Must Not Be Drinking Enough, right? Maybe I'm not drinking enough tonight either, but yeah. So Don Henley is definitely.
You've only drank 4.
You guys are ahead of me. So I
and if Kalshi had put the odds on that one, a lot of people won.
Polymarket again. They're going nuts.
They're going nuts.
But the next 2 are a little more obscure. Number 2 definitely is. It's from Chicago 19. Now, Chicago's my favorite band. I used to go see them in concert all the time in the 80s and the 90s. And
as did I.
It was just like I think they've morphed so much over the years. This is from Chicago 19 from 1988, and it is Heart in Pieces.
Heart in Pieces, yes.
Yeah.
It was never released as a single, and it clearly never made the Billboard charts. But I just it was a great running song, and I used to run to it all the time. It starts out with Jason Chef vocals bouncing off each other, and I just really love the way that the song starts out, and then it goes and just works through with these great Danny Seraphin constant.
He was
drums.
a great drummer, Danny Seraphin.
Yeah, and this was his last album. He got kicked out of the band.
He got kicked out of the band. I actually, on the Chicago 18 tour, I actually got a Danny Seraphin drumstick.
Oh, really? Wow,
Yes.
that's
And
cool.
He's
good.
And he's fantastic. Danny Seraphin was a fantastic drummer. And I got a quick story about that, not to take away from your list really quick, but Chicago 18, saw him at Jones Beach, all right, in Long Island, all right? The thunderstorm's rolling in, right? They come out and they play their first song. I forget what it was. I honestly forget what it was. They played it. I should go on setlist.fm. I'm sure I'll find out what it was, but I forget what the song was. But halfway through the song, a bolt of lightning strikes not too far over the water, and all the power in Jones Beach Amphitheater goes out. Okay, so it's black. It's completely dark. Some of the auxiliary battery backups kick on, so there's a little bit of light on the stage. That's it. That's all it is, right? Like think about like in school, right? Like where those battery lights go on, or anywhere, right? The lights, right? So there's a little bit of light on stage, but that's it. So Walt Parazater, God rest his soul, because he just passed away.
Yep, he just passed.
Lee Loughlin and James Pankow, the 3 of them start jamming on the horns. All right, and Danny Seraphin never stopped playing. So the 3 of them kept everything going nonstop. They didn't miss a beat. They literally kept the song going for 10 minutes. Wow. And they got the generators up at Jones Beach Amphitheater and got going, and they picked the song up right where it stopped.
That's performance.
Fantastic.
And they were, and that was one of the reasons. Another, like I said, Chicago's my favorite band. Mm-hmm. Walt passed away like a month ago, so
not long at all. Yeah,
there was that piece of it too. But Doug and I saw them.
He started the band. Well, Chicago was Walt Parazater's band. He started
Chicago Transit Authority.
Yeah.
But
See,
he
Chicago
he
Transit Authority.
put it together.
He was one of the originals. Yeah.
Now, isn't 19 the last album before Cetera took over?
No,
No.
17 was Cetera's last
17
album.
was Cetera's last album.
Yeah, and 18, the one before this, was Jason Sheff replaced him. But Terry Kath, of course, had died, and he got replaced. Bill Champlin came on board with 16. I think was his first album with
Bill
him.
Champlin came on at 16. Yes.
Yeah.
So there was 12, which was 12 was not 12. There was no 12.
No, that was the greatest hits, right?
It was Hot Streets.
Hot Streets. That's right. Yeah.
Hot Streets. So it went from 11 to Hot Streets to 13.
Yeah.
And I gotta say the Cetera era was my least favorite era of Chicago.
Well, Cetera was from day one.
Yeah, he was.
But
when he became Chicago, when it was not so much.
Well, that's kind of what it was, right? It became after Terry Kath passed. It kind of became Cetera's band.
Yeah,
and it kind of became Cetera's backing band.
Well, but 13 and 14 were after that, and they were really good albums.
13 was Street Player's a great song.
Yeah,
Aloha Mama, great song too. Yeah.
But I wasn't a huge fan when Cetera became the heart and soul.
You're talking about like 16 and 17 with those two, like because they were the big pop.
That's right.
16 and 17.
When they became pop, when Cetera's vocals really just became the rom-com of
right.
When they started moving into the I get what you're saying.
And I got this for you too, John, really quick. You're talking about Chicago. I love Chicago. So Terry Kath passed away. He had now little one on Chicago 11. Terry Kath wrote about his little daughter, right, that he had right before he passed away.
Yeah.
All right. When his ex-wife, his widow, Terry Kath's widow, remarried.
Yes.
All right. Who did she marry?
Kiefer Sutherland.
Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah. Who looked just like Terry Kath.
Terry Kath.
Yeah.
And Terry Kath, God rest his soul, he was an amazing guitarist.
Was that
honestly, for me, the most underrated rock guitarist?
I agree. I think he doesn't get enough
credit.
Enough credit. And there's some videos out there of him in solos that are just amazing. If you look them up on YouTube, where he just like totally rocks it. The whole band, I mean, is great, and that helps too. But
from the vocals to the guitars to the horns, the percussion,
everything.
That was your number. That was your
number 2. So there you go. All right.
That was my number 2, and so not because Chicago is awesome, but I think this is like a great song that is totally underrated because it's another one never released as a single, consequently never made the charts, but a great band with one of my most respected musicians, and it's Dead Man's Party by Oingo Boingo.
Oh yeah,
Boingo.
Wow. 86, and it was featured in Back to School with Rodney.
Love that. Yeah, love that movie. Yeah, I love that movie and love that scene that they're playing at the party.
Yeah,
like that was the party where Rodney Dangerfield goes, "What's the bath without bubbles? Hey, Bubbles, come on over here."
Hey, Bubbles.
And it's just like Danny Elfman is just like
great.
So that's my list. So
love it. All right, Samurai, you're up.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give honorable mentions, one for every year.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Right. Just don't take all of mine with your list.
Well, I'm going to start off at the beginning, going backwards, 89.
You're going to do an honorable mention, 89, 8, 7, 6, and 5?
Yeah.
And then you're going to do 3, 2, 1.
Yep. So the Bell Sears did in 89. They popularized the song Eco Eco. Eco Eco is a Cajun, it's a Zydeco standard. Every Zydeco artist has recorded this, but they brought it into the Ico.
Oh yeah, that's a great song.
Ico. But if my son and I went to New Orleans, that's the one. My son and I had taken a trip from Atlanta. I flew into Atlanta. He picked me up. We drove down to New Orleans. We had a great time, and we went to the New Orleans Jazz Museum. And there's one little room, And there's this one place you can sit, you can put on the headphones, and you can listen to a recording of the original artist. I can't remember the original artist.
Iko Iko from the 60s.
Yeah, doing Iko Iko. And it was just, I sat there, chills down my spine, going, this is the consummate Zydeco song. So that's one of my honorable mentions. Also from 88, Rob Bass, It Takes Two. So 88, I think, was kind of like almost a dead zone for great music. But it takes two. It takes two to make things all right. It takes two to make...
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hey, that's it. That's It Takes Two.
What is that?
That's just a vocalization to bring the whole thing in.
That's a sample of James Brown.
That is. You're right. You're absolutely right. I forgot about that. So that's my
that was recorded. That was recorded at Hillside Sound Studio in Englewood, New Jersey. All right. Teddy Riley produced. Rob Bass. Right. And whatchamacallit, they used that cut, and it was in Hillside Sound Studio, which was owned by Tony Bennett's sons, Day Bennett and Danny Bennett, and my buddies Day and Dave Kowalski recorded it.
So, but that's my 88.
Fantastic song. So,
amazing. So I love that song. I will mention for 87, World Party. It's never charted. It's a song called Ship of Fools. Crazy on the Ship of Fools. It's just a soulful song. If you've never heard it, look it up.
Who's it by?
World Party.
World Party. Yeah.
It's a fantastic song. Like I said, soulful. It's moving. Absolutely love this song. So getting into 86, we're getting into one of the into a super band, and we're getting into a super band called GTR. Jeff Downes, John Hackett, John Anderson, right? And this is a song called "When the Heart Rules the Mind." It did chart. It didn't chart high, but GTR, the talent in GTR, this band should have charted a lot more than they charted. But this was their biggest hit, and that was in '86.
I'm glad you brought that up because I used to love that song, and it's one of those songs where you just it goes by the wayside and you forget all about it, and it's going on my playlist now. So
yeah, it's already on my playlist.
Great song. Great song. I mean, look, all of those, John Anderson, Jeff Downes, like you said, all of the Yes incarnations and King Crimson incarnations.
Don't forget where Jeff Downes actually came from. Jeff Downes came from the band that did Video Kill the Buggles.
The Buggles, yeah.
And the Buggles eventually
before
took
that
over.
And everything else.
And the Buggles, Jeff Downes and Trevor Horn, they took over Asia. So the drama album, it's the Buggles with some members of Yes.
Oh yeah, with Yes, yeah.
And it was a Yes album. It's one of my favorite Yes albums. There are so many, and the thing is, you're like, okay, so the Buggles took over Yes. No, the Buggles were
in Asia. Carl Palmer was in Asia too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's Asia. It's the Buggles. It's Yes in a Yes album. Drama was a fantastic album, and every song, Tempest Fugit. A big hit,
a great song,
came from Drama, and that's the Buggles version of Yes. And it's not that the Buggles took over Yes; the Buggles were absorbed into Yes.
No,
and
Drama is its own thing. Like there was Yes. There's 4 versions of 5 versions of Yes, whatever.
At least 5, if not more.
But there was up to Drama, then Drama, and then 902, 901, 90210, 90125. Actually. 90210 is a TV show. 90125, and that one, and then it was Union with everybody. Yeah. I actually saw that concert. It was fantastic. Everybody was in that concert, but
GTR is really, to me, it's just an incarnation of Yes. It really is, because every member of that band was in Yes.
No.
And
Yes.
No.
I see what you did there.
And you're 85?
So my 85 is hard because my top 3 all come from 85.
Of course.
85 was a fantastic fucking year for music.
It was.
So, and I have 4 songs for 85, of course, because 3 of them are top 3. And to relegate one of them to an honorable mention was so goddamn tough. So what I had to do is I had to take the biggest hit out of my 4 that I have on there to put it as an honorable mention. And that's Dream Academy's Life in a Northern Town.
Life in a Northern Town.
That's a good song.
That's a fantastic song. Absolutely love it. And it kills me to put that as an honorable mention because the other 3 are more obscure. So my number 3.
Hey, mama, hey, mama, hey.
So my number 3 is Scritti Politi's Perfect Way. I found the perfect way to go space. That one is just an amazing, amazing, amazing song. My number 2, and the reason I didn't relegate this to my honorable mention is because there's a story behind number 2. I don't dance, but
And
there's
we
a
were glad for that.
There was a time that I did.
So I can't dance?
That's Genesis. It's a different. That's a different year. That's a little different. But there was a time that I did, and there's a time that I would hit the clubs. This is pre-21, but I was treated like I was 21. I was able to drink in clubs before that because
That's because you worked in some of them.
I worked in some of them, and at the polo club, I had a friend Joey. Him and I, we were not bartenders. We were not even bouncers. We were valets, and we could get into these clubs, and we could do whatever we wanted. And in the polo club, when this particular song came on, and if Joey and I were there, and we hit the dance floor would clear a space for us. Believe it or not. Most people don't believe this story. My kids would never fucking believe this story because him and I would dance to this song and...
Polo dance?
No, yeah, right. And, you'd have like the ladies there. Ladies is a loose term in this club. Who would come in and try to dance with us. And we'd dance with them. But this was all about just being part of that song. And it was...
Waiting.
Just a Dead or Alive, You Spin Me Right Round.
Oh, that's a good song, which is already on my playlist. So that's the first time you've done that, Dave.
We would dance to this song, and the dance that we'd do to it, like I said, the dance floor would clear for us. They'd come out and dance with us. Mm-hmm. But it would only be like 2 women at a time, and we just had a great... So that's why it actually makes the list over Dream Academy. And that's why Dream Academy, that I said it killed me to relegate it to an honorable mention, but I had to put that up there because of the memories behind it. But number 1, and this is very, very obscure. There's a band that I absolutely loved, and I got to give credit to my brother. He introduced me to this band. He started playing it. They're like rockabilly, and it's a band called the Hoodoo Gurus.
Yep.
And they did a song Bittersweet, which I think, and I had so many of their songs. Mars Needs Guitar, Poison Pen, Hey Ride to Hell. You got to love that song just from the name, Hey Ride to Hell. But Bittersweet, I think, was their best song. And that's got to be my number 1. Hoodoo Gurus, Bittersweet.
All right.
Well, I have to thank you for some of those that I just added to my playlist. And if you're wondering, it's a true story why I did it immediately. I was at Kroger a week ago, and I heard a song that I hadn't heard since 20 years that I really loved. I'm like, that's got to go on my playlist. By the time I got out of the car, I forgot what the hell the fucking song was. It was playing. I went back in. It wasn't playing anymore. It's lost forever in time. So I have to do these as soon as you say them.
I agree with you 100%.
You have to. And don't you hate the fact that now our jams are being played at grocery stores?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Right?
You know what I do all the time? I have the Shazam app. So
Yep,
anytime,
same.
and not that I need to
And you
know
can
what the
save
song
it.
is. I know what the song is. I just
But
hit
it stays
it,
in
and it stays in the app forever. So I
But
can't.
I
go
knew
back
what
to
the
it.
song was until I didn't. So, you know.
Well, that's my point. I don't even have to
Okay.
write it down. I just pull out Shazam. I hit it. I let it hear it. Boom! It shows up. I quit the app.
Oh.
Boom. Done. So it's in there.
I know John has just as many honorable mentions as I do.
I do. All right. So I have five. I have 5 honorable mentions, and 3. One of my 3, 2, 1. Now,
What's
mine
interesting
are a little
is
bit.
originally John had 8 songs. I had 7 songs, but then I remembered something, and my 8th song actually became my number 1.
Imagine that. Imagine that. So I have. So now mine are a little bit more. Like a couple of days were. While they were obscure, they still made mainstream to a point. All right, mine do too,
Right
a
Round
little
did
bit
for me,
less. So yeah, right. So there you go. So mine. So here are my. I'll breeze through my honorable mentions and I'll talk about my 3, 2, 1. So my first honorable mention is Hourglass from Squeeze.
Nice.
All right.
Anything from Squeeze, I like.
Take it to the bridge, throw it overboard, see if it can.
Oh
swim,
yeah,
take it to the
I've
shore.
seen them 3 times live.
My second honorable mention, Breakout from Swing Out Sister.
Oh, that's a good song.
Great song. All right. Third one, Is It Love from Mr. Mister.
That's another good.
Is it love?
Okay. Everybody does Broken Wings and Kyrie.
Yeah.
Is It Love is actually, I like that better than the other 2.
Kyrie is my favorite from them, though.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah. Oh, they're all fantastic. So. My fourth is What Is Love from Howard Jones.
But that's another one of his songs. It's not
right.
Yeah, What Is Love?
And then and obviously it's not one of the ones he's known for. Well, except for people that like Howard Jones, but there you go.
I love that. Howard Jones remind me of Alton Brown, actually.
There you go.
He looks
and
like
my number 5, Captain of Her Heart from Dublé.
Captain of a Heart is a fantastic song. I love the fact that that's in a minor key. That song is the best adjective for that song is wistful.
Wistful. There you go. That works. Not double. Dublé. And if you ever want to play it on your phone, whether it's Siri or Alexa or anything else, when you push it to ask for it, don't say Dublé. Say double. Because AI doesn't know the inflection of Dublé. They just see Double, so they think it's double.
And it's not to believe.
That's to blave. To blave means to bluff. You're playing poker with them and you lost money and needs to pay it.
To believe.
I love that movie.
Okay, anyway. So to your top 3.
Anyway, my top 3. Number 3, and I know Dave loves the song, The Church Under the Milky Way.
I was going to put that on there. The thing about that song is that it's been used. It was used in Donnie Darko. It was
still an obscure song. That's why it was used.
It was used in Miami Vice. Mm-hmm. And the lead singer, I can't remember his name, of The Church.
Mr. Church.
Mr. Church.
Right. Joey Church.
Joey Anthony Church.
Right.
He makes fun of the fact that his song keeps getting used in all these, and then it got used in a commercial. So I almost put it on my list. I'm like, it's been used so many times commercially.
But it flows by, and if you haven't watched the commercial and you don't see it, and you don't even know it, it's not even there. It's still song wise, not advertising wise. Song wise, it's still an obscure song. So. And
I mean, I love The Church. The Church just is all over my playlist. And it's funny because I saw The Church live at White Eagle Hall in Jersey City. Mm-hmm. And they did, I forget the name of the album that's on, but they did that whole album to begin with. Mm-hmm. And it's number 3 on the album, the 3rd track on the album. And so when they played it, the lead singer was like, okay, we've got that one out of the way. because it's their best known song. But to your point, The Church is an obscure band. A lot of people don't know them all that well.
No.
And I absolutely love that band.
Starfish is the name of the album.
Starfish, that's it. And they did the whole album in order. Mm-hmm. And they didn't order it because they knew that was the third song and they could get that song out of the way for them. Because every band hates their most popular song, don't they?
Of course, right. Well, I saw. It's no secret. We've talked about this on the show many times. Jeff's favorite band is the Bare Naked Ladies, so we go see them all the time.
If I had $1 million,
but they always tour with a lot of '80s bands and some '90s bands they've done over the years. But they toured with Howard Jones and Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark, OMD for sure.
OMD.
And then so OMD comes out and they played "If You Leave" from Pity and Prank. And they said the same friggin' thing. He said, "All right, we got that one over."
Out of the way.
All right. Anyway, all right. So that's my number 3. My number 2.
If you leave, don't look back.
My number 2 is from the Hooters. Okay, remember? And we danced.
All you zombies, all you.
I love All You Zombies. Day by Day.
Day by Day was their most chipper song.
Yeah,
it was as close to pop as the Hooters ever got. I couldn't put the Hooters on my list because I saw them so many times accidentally because they opened for every fucking band I ever saw in the 80s.
Anyway, all right. So that's my number 2. And my number 1 from Donnie Was and Was Not Was, Walk the Dinosaur.
That's a good
I won't put them on my list because that is Walk the Dinosaur is like borderline dads. It's a fun song.
I love that song.
It's a blast.
Love that song. So was Walk the Dinosaur. Yeah, it was a night like this 40 million years ago. I lit a cigarette. There you go. Yeah.
I'm just glad you brought up Howard Jones because I used to go on my running playlist from Apple. I had Everlasting Love, which is a great song by Howard.
Everlasting Love is a great song too.
Yeah. I just added it to my beer list music that I shuffle when I'm listening to songs over my Echo Studio system. So
there you go.
Thank you. You guys have added some greats to my
yeah. Well, you're welcome, sir.
We do our best. We do our best.
I think my favorite song from Howard Jones was probably "No One Is to Blame."
Yeah, that's a good song too.
Love that. Things Can Only Get Better was another great song by his.
Yeah. Well, when I saw him when they played with the Bare Naked Ladies, actually at Summer Stage in Central Park. When Howard Jones came out, he played "What Is Love." He played "Everlasting Love." He played Things Can Only Get Better.
He had to do "No One Is to Blame."
But so they went off. Now, what happens is, here's the thing: whenever the Bare Naked Ladies bring people up, right? Like they got to
bring them back to.
They bring them back, and they do one song with everybody with them. All right, so they do one song with both bands or whatever. But they brought everybody back, and they played "No One Ever Is to Blame" with Howard.
That is. I absolutely love that fucking song.
So, Bare Naked Ladies.
And to that point, I will say that Doug and I saw Chicago, and we talked about Chicago earlier. We saw Chicago and the Moody Blues together one time at Great Woods.
Oh, Jesus!
And with another buddy of mine, went to see Chicago and the Beach Boys. And in both cases, you had their separate on stage performances and then the combined performance at the end.
I saw Chicago and the Beach Boys. I saw that too. I saw that. That was fantastic.
Yeah,
that was really good.
But
that was really good. And,
because they have there's a song they do together, "Wishing You Were Here," right? That's the Beach Boys in the background.
That's the Beach Boys. "Wishing You Were Here" is the Beach Boys.
Yeah,
absolutely. And that was off of Chicago 7.
I need to drink this now.
I think you need to drink that.
I think you do.
Okay, so I've had 5 beers. The lowest was like what 7.3 was my lowest.
7.2 was your lowest.
7.2. I had a 7.2 with 7 something else at 8, 13, and an 11. Is that right?
Sounds about right. Yeah.
13. Yeah.
So here we go. This is the third of us now taking this.
Mm.
Oh, you're right. It smells of lemon and sage, actually.
It smells of lemon and regret.
Lemongrass is what
I have no regrets for this show. This has been a great show. Every show with Guru has been fun. I took that down a lot faster than you guys did.
Yeah, you
did.
did. Well,
Oh.
you're a pro. So there you go.
That's actually yummy.
It's actually tasty. Yeah, actually.
That's very tasty.
I may have another just to make sure. No, I'm kidding.
That's actually quite delicious.
Anyway.
I was afraid that it was gonna like clash with my last beer. Yeah, but Book's fucking with you, isn't he?
Yeah, Brian just posted. He says, "John, just to fuck with you, seeing Rush next week at Madison Square Garden in the luxury box."
Oh yes.
All right. Well, thank you for the invite, Brian. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you just got on John's shit list right there.
Shit list at the top. Thank you.
Who emoji list.
You get a scheisse buck.
You get a Scheitzenbach. Exactly.
Straight from the goat's ass.
There you go. All right.
Oh, you got to put that as an opening right there, John.
Straight from the goat's ass, Scheitzenbach. Okay, we got about 7 out of this one right here. So.
Oh, geez, almost 3.5.
Let me put it right here. There you go. So
there we go. All right. Cue the closing.
Yeah, well, I'm typing the time for the Scheitzenbach.
Yeah, we know John's very bad at multitasking.
Right. Well, I can't talk and type at the same time.
Outro
and talk and type at the same time.
That would be the definition of multitasking.
Well, yeah, man, that would be ridiculously awesome multitasking if I could do that. But
after 5 beers, yeah, that'd be
exactly.
You'd be in the hero zone.
Yes,
exactly. Exactly. On that note, though, John, thank you so much for coming on the show tonight.
Always.
Thanks for having me.
Always.
And Tom, thanks for jumping in.
Yeah, no, but you know what? He did text me. He said
he's busy.
He got busy getting ready to close. He wasn't able to jump on, so he sends his regrets. He'll see us soon on the show. He'll see us soon on a cocktail podcast, and he'll see us soon. Obviously later in the year.
Work's got to come first. Totally understand.
Absolutely. And you know what? Frankly, I love the fact that you're busy to come on because that means the brewery's doing well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, 100%. That's a good point.
Like if he was sitting there and there was 3 people in there, he would have been on the show with us for about 25 minutes.
And that would have sucked.
Yeah.
Exactly. Great for the show.
Right, yeah.
But how about that? 100%. But thanks for coming on this show every year. Love it. It's a fantastic show. I love doing this Christmas and July show. We love doing all the shows with you, John, but this Christmas and July show is one of the best ones.
Well, yeah, because by the end of the show, we're so damn drunk, we love everything.
Exactly. And hopefully none of us are going to have hangovers tomorrow.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing.
We shall see. We've all taken
this
on
may
more
be
recovery.
the best one yet. Yeah.
It might be the best
we
one.
We may want to do another one tomorrow night after
we
this.
Let's just do that. There you go. So,
yeah.
All right. On that note, though, we will wrap up the show for today. We want to thank everybody for watching. And for those of you just listening to the audio podcast, thank you for listening. Don't forget to visit our website, www.lagerom.com.
John do the outro.
That's LAGERROM.com. And please remember, like us and follow us on all of our social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course, our YouTube channel. All of them are at The Lager Room. Remember, we go live with the video podcast on Facebook, YouTube, X, and Twitch every Tuesday night around 6:30, 7 o'clock Eastern Time. And for those of you who just want to listen to the audio podcast, you can do so on our audio host, Spreaker, as well as iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Odyssey, Audible, Pandora, Amazon Music, iTunes Music, YouTube Music, TuneIn, Podcast Addict, CastBox, Deezer, Podchaser, Listen Notes. Pretty much anywhere you can find an audio podcast, you will find the Lager Room Guys Craft Beer Podcast. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to one or more of those feeds, and you will never miss a show. Again, thanks for following along with us. Have a great rest of your week. Have a wonderful weekend. John, once again, thanks for coming on with us. It's always amazing. You're gonna be back. This is the end of July. But we got a show in September, a show in October. It's going to be fantastic. More on that soon. We'll talk about that after we hang up, after we sign off, actually. Hang up. This is not a
hang up. What the hell?
I went back about 80 years.
Holy shit. You nailed the outro with one little...
Well, this is the outro. This is post-outro.
I know. I'm just saying. I was going to say, you nailed the outro with one little hiccup. Mm-hmm. And then
I said hang up. It doesn't matter. I'm hanging up the line. It's fine. It's just that I used the vernacular of somebody that's 90.
I apologize for my hang up about this.
There you go.
You can have a hang up, just don't have a hangover in the morning.
Exactly. Exactly. We can hang up, no hangover.
That's the point behind this thing right here. And we've now, just to reiterate, Jersey Johnny took it before he drank anything.
There you go.
Beer Guru, John Joseph Staradumsky. His name is my name too. took it in the middle of his drinking, and I took it when I was done. So we'll see how all three of us fare.
Hopefully, all three of us. Hopefully, it's going to work for all three of us in different ways. We'll figure it out. We'll see in the morning. We will post and we'll let everybody know.
And if I have cramps, I am not going to be happy.
It must
And
be.
if the manufacturer decides on a new slogan, won't help your hang ups, but will help your hangovers.
Hangovers, exactly.
I want a commission. That's all.
And speaking of a movie we talked about before, and that's Back to School, your cramps might be menstrual.
Menstrual.
Oh.
There you go. Brian also just commented before we go. He says, "My wife wins. If she bailed the last second, you get an option." Thank you so much. There you go. All right. Anyway, John, stick around. We'll talk in a second.
And I guarantee you his wife probably bought those tickets after he had given her like 10 cc's of TBD.
THC, you mean?
THC.
TBD is to be determined.
Yeah.
10 cc's.
Well, no. I meant TBD.
Something to be determined.
No, TBD. I don't know what he gave her 10 cc's of to get her to buy these tickets for.
It's 10 milligrams of So is it 10 milligrams of THC?
No, cc's. Cubic centimeters.
Hey, if you don't have a hangover in the morning, I'm buying a fucking case of this stuff. That's all I can say.
He goes, nope, vendor tickets. He said also.
Okay.
Let me know.
So he didn't have to. He didn't have to drug her for this.
He didn't have to drug her for it. Yeah. All right.
Unlike his
thanks,
wedding.
folks. Merry Christmas in July. We'll talk to you next week.
Getting Brian.
Ho ho ho.